For years, Project Zomboid players dreamed of a fully fledged wilderness survival. Alas, without mods that was quite impossible until build 42. So today I decided to challenge myself and answer the question, can it be done? To consider the run complete, I have to survive for at least 100 days, build a base from nothing and stockpile enough food and resources to survive the winter. The rules are simple. I can't enter any buildings, I can't loot any containers, and I can't equip any clothing or use any tools or weapons that I haven't crafted myself. I have a plan and I created a character that fits the mold, but more about that later. Now relax, crack open a cold one and join me on this epic adventure. Which began next to a small pond in the middle of nowhere. This is Mr. Wild Guy and he's completely naked. He's got the skills that are gonna help him survive here out in the wild, but I'll tell you more about them later. For now, what we gotta do is we just gotta start foraging and hope we get some good stuff. Because we're gonna have to fix the injuries that are coming very soon. Yes, we already have a foot scratch like 5 minutes in. I just say, that is a great start. This is actually a great start. We found some hemp dogbane. With that, we'll be able to make shoes eventually. Also got some wild mushrooms. That's gonna be our food for the first few days. And that's already foraging level up. We're up to level 3 now. We now also have a tree branch as a weapon. Also, apparently, I found a bucket of paint. I can pour the paint to the ground. And now we have a bucket. We could actually get some water this way. Yeah, this is an interesting option. I'm for now just gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop all the rest of the stuff that I have found so far. And this is gonna be for now our base of operations. Also, I scratched my other food now. So for now I'm just gonna have to keep on munching on the food that we find so we can keep our health up until I can make shoes. And luckily I also found some black sage, which provides mild pain relief. That's going to be useful with all of our injuries. I also noticed that we are actually close to a road, which might be an opportunity to kill some zombies. Also, yet another level up in foraging. So we're now up to level 4, which is actually a really good start. Now, as for zombies, there don't seem to be any on this road over here, but I see some houses there, and yeah, there's a zombie there. I definitely want to go say hello, but very slowly and carefully. I can't find more than one at a time, and there's definitely a couple here. So I'm gonna just try to bait one of these guys if I can. No, I will bait both. I'm limping because of my leg injury, so this is gonna be tough. I'm gonna be trying to use my stone as a weapon. I can't really stomp on the zombies because, well, I'm barefoot. So this first fight is gonna be fun. But luckily, got them to fall down to the ground, and that's gonna be some easy kills then. These first zombies are gonna be very useful, so I can rip their clothing and basically use it as bandage. I can't take any of their clothes and wear them, that would be against the rules, but at least I can go and I can bandage my feet. That looks so much better. I'm gonna stick on the road for a little bit longer because I need to go and find a flint nodule, and hopefully that should be somewhere up here on the road. Although my inventory is quite full of all the various fresh plants, so I am already way down. You know what? I'm just gonna quickly go back to my spawn location and drop some of the stuff off. Scratching my foot once again in the process. There we go. Also gonna go clean one of the rags, because that's gonna allow me to fix my infected wound on the left foot. Now that we have some food and resources, let me tell you about my early plans. Foraging is the way to go from the start. I'll need tree branches, stones and flint, and in order to craft most items I'll need a flat surface. In my case, a basic bench made out of branches will suffice. If I manage not to bleed out from feet wounds by then, I'll craft shoes with twine, for which I'll need hemp. That will make foraging much safer. So next I'll make some basic tools like a stone knife, a hatchet and a notch plank to start a fire. There's a slight problem though. The only place to sleep is the cold hard ground, and I need to be completely exhausted to do it. So the final goal of my early plan is to build a lean-to. Alas, for that I'll need a lot of resources. So let's get back to foraging. Right now what I need is 2 more basic branches. Also, I'm getting slightly thirsty, and well, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drink from the pond. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, I did also find a plank. That could be very, very useful. I did not imagine finding a plank in the forest would be the way to to go, but I'm happy we can research this even. Give me carved wooden spade recipe. I don't know, that could be useful. Who knows? There's another branch that I need. Actually 2. Okay, that's all I needed. Also gonna grab this log and gonna bring it back home with me as well. And I found a ram skull. I think we can smash the skull and use it in the future. In any case, let's grab our 3 branches. We're gonna grab some of the dirty rags, and then we're gonna make this wooden table. Let's maybe place it here somewhere. That's nice. Now we have a flat surface that so many of various recipes require. Now, I really do need that flint, so I'm gonna go back to the road. I'm gonna try searching there. I got yet another level up in foraging, all the way to level 5 now, which is actually pretty fast and amazing. And on the road, I got 1 sharp flint flake. That's really what I needed. Since the day is coming towards an end, according to this, I'm gonna have to make it back towards the camp. Hopefully I can find a branch along the way. Just 1 branch, that's all I need, and then I can start making shoes. And preferably, I need to find it fast, because very soon it's gonna get too dark for me to be able to craft anything. Also, I managed to scratch my foot again. There it is. There's my branch. Alright, that's all I needed, and I got 2 actually. Now let's grab that hemp dogbane, and we're gonna use that to craft some twine. That's gonna come in handy, because now, finally, I can weave some twine shoes. Getting a bit of tailoring XP. And you know what? This is gonna be much better than walking around barefoot. Let's go. I can now also use the twine and the flint flake and a tree branch to make a crude stone axe. I will definitely make that. In fact, I can actually make 2. Let's go. That gave me some maintenance XP, and now we actually have a proper axe. This is gonna come in handy because chopping down trees is gonna give me so much more resources than just, you know, foraging right now. I'm also gonna place down a campfire because I have plenty of stones, and that's probably should be somewhere close to the water. And now, well, the night is falling. If I try foraging, I can't really see shit. And it's already too dark for me to be able to drill a plank, to make a notch plank to start a fire. Besides, silly me used the sharp flint flake that I had, the extra one, so I can't do that anyway. And for now, I'm gonna just use my cat's eyes, and I'm gonna go back towards the road and back towards the zombies. If I can kill 1 or 2 more before I start getting tired, that could get me some more useful resources. And I also found a flint nodule. Oh yes, that's gonna come very much in handy. I can make one of those sharp flint flakes with that. Oh, I didn't notice this guy had a wristwatch. I'm gonna take that. At least we know what the time is now. Let's go see if we can find some more Zeds out here. Also, I should have remembered, the power is definitely still on. I could have maybe crafted something over here, something that did need a surface. But I think most things do need a surface. Now, let's get some of these zombies over here. I think I might have been spotted by one over here. Well, these guys are still oblivious to my presence. Let's see if the door's open. No, it's not. Okay, so I can't get him out. Ah, there we go. One of the ladies is following me now. I am drowsy at this point and also hungry, so that's gonna reduce my damage a bit. That's just unfortunate, isn't it? There we go, now bash her skull in with the stone. She does have a sweater and a tank top that I can rip apart. Now let's see what this guy's got. He's also got a sweater and a tank top. That got me 16 new rags. I'll call that pretty good. It's now also 3 in the morning. I am thirsty, miserable, drowsy, and peckish. So you know what? I'm just gonna go kill this last zombie, and then I'm gonna go back to my home base. After ripping apart his t-shirt, of course. It's now 5 in the morning. I am back at home, and it's apparently bright enough that I can start crafting. With that newly found sharp flint flake, I'm gonna turn this large branch, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drill a plank. With notch plank, I can now start fires when I need to. Now I know Mr. Wild Guy is tired, but I think it's time we put these axes to good use. But first, with the basics secured, let me now tell you more about Mr. Wild Guy. Yes, he started completely naked, so in order to survive in the wilderness, I picked traits like outdoorsy for weather protection, cat's eyes to see in the dark, and bushcrafter to recognize poisonous shrooms and berries. I also included angler, sower, hiker, and handy traits to boost my XP in as many crafting and survival skills as possible. And finally, I picked inventive and fast learner to, well, learn faster. For you see, on the other side of the spectrum, Mr. Wild Guy was quite illiterate. He was also thin-skinned, claustrophobic, conspicuous, slow healer, Sunday driver, and had a hearty appetite. Now will the good outweigh the bad? Only time will tell. So let's get back to work. Well, the first of my 2 axes already broke, so hopefully the second one's gonna be good enough. Indeed, it was, and you see, this thing gives me a lot. 4 saplings actually, 8 tree branches, a bunch of large branches, and a bunch of logs as well. And yes, I'm out of breath, hungry, in minor pain, and very tired now. I'm also gonna have to munch on some crickets and cockroaches, although that's not really gonna do much for my hunger. And since I do have 1 extra flint flake, I'm gonna go and make another stone axe. That should hopefully allow me to cut down another tree. Oh, actually, it did, without any of the axes breaking. That was lucky. And I already have now from these 2 trees enough saplings to set up my lean-to, which means that all I need is 20 tree branches, and I already have 14 of those. So screw it, I'm gonna try to chop down another tree. Yeah, okay, that didn't work, but I do have the flint flake that I can recover, so that was quite lucky. That's gonna allow me to make another axe, and now I'm gonna wait out the muscle strain, and then I'm gonna go back to that tree. Being highly exerted and ridiculously tired, it's not really gonna help, but I think I'm now rested enough that I am gonna try once again, scratching my neck in the process. Oh, that's really not good. That could easily kill me. You can see how fast my health is dropping. I think the game is trying to tell Mr. Wild Guy to calm down a bit, but there is no calming down. This tree has to fall. Since I used one of the branches to make a new axe, I'm now still missing 1 branch. So I'm gonna do some more foraging and I'm gonna try to find it. And as I explore this, you might be wondering, where on the map am I? I don't know either. I did find a tree branch that I needed though. You see, I wanted to keep this playthrough as vanilla as possible. So the only mod that I added is a wilderness spawn location, so that allowed me to spawn somewhere in the wild. And the only thing that I changed in the settings was to set the day length back down to 1 hour as it was previously. Otherwise, it's basic apocalypse settings. In any case, I have now all the resources to build my lean-to shelter. And I'm gonna place it like right there. Well, now we can rest or sleep. It's not gonna be good rest, but it's gonna be better than sleep on the ground. And while I am ridiculously tired, I don't necessarily want to go to sleep at 4 p.m. I'm also very hungry and, well, I got no real food anymore. So I'm gonna spend the rest of the daylight trying to forage for a bit and see if I can find some more food. Ah, there we go. Got some wild berries. Alas, those are not gonna sustain me for very long. But some wild garlic and chives will help. Oh, wild onion. That's gonna be some food. -3 hunger, that's huge. And I found some shrooms as well. Let's be real, eating things raw, not the most nutritious way to go. In any case, still hungry, but it's 10 p.m. now. So, you know what, my friend? You can get some good night's sleep. That's gonna make him a little uncomfortable and a whole lot miserable. But hey, that's another day survived. Looks like my wounds have healed overnight, which is a great sight. Alas, I'm still hungry and I'm losing weight, so I think today is gonna be the day where I'm trying to find some more food in the wild. And also, make some more clothing. But food is gonna have to be a priority. I did also find a car over here. Now, unfortunately, I cannot enter cars, but it's gonna mean there's some zombies around, probably. And there might be some loot I can find on the ground. Somebody has stole some diamonds, apparently. But now he's gonna be my diamond. I'm gonna take his clothing. I'm gonna rip it all apart. In my search for food, I decided to visit the houses once again, just to see if there's any more Zeds around. These guys still haven't made it through. But since I can't enter any houses due to my rules, well, I can't really help them, can I? There is more though, and I want what they've got. For now, I'm just gonna throw their stuff on the ground. I can rip it apart later. Their rags are gonna be a useful building material. And this guy's belt, I'm gonna cut it up right now. That gives me a leather strip and a belt buckle. Very useful crafting materials. Also, this lady had a digital watch. Okay, I will gladly take that. Watch is like one thing that I am allowed to take from zombies and actually use, because that's not something I can craft myself. Oh, this is a huge find. I just found a paperclip. That's gonna be very helpful if I want to try fishing. Because the thing, otherwise I need to be like level 5 in carving to make fishing hooks. This could be huge. And also, I just leveled up foraging again, up to level 6 now. It's going insanely fast. Now let's start by crafting a simple wooden rod that gives me some carving XP, and then I can combine everything together to make a makeshift fishing rod. Luckily, I did start with fishing level 1, which I think is the thing that allowed me to actually make a fishing rod. And this thing is probably not gonna survive for too long, but since it's almost 7 p.m. and at this point fish can be caught much easier, let's give this a try, shall we? Oh, I think we might have caught something. Oh, let's go. Is that our first fish? Jesus, it's tiny. A small black crappie. Let's try again then. Oh, we got another catch. Let's go. Broken fishing net. Not so good now, is it? I could get some wire from the fishing net. Alas, I don't apparently know how. So you know what, since it's 9 p.m. now, we're just gonna call it quits. Now, let's go start a fire. Our first one, this is also a big milestone. Or not, because I broke the branch and it started raining. Maybe in the rain we're not gonna be starting a fire. That doesn't sound like a great idea. So instead, I'm gonna go to bed very hungry. I'm very tired anyway. At least that's gonna protect me from the rain, I hope. Oh God, it is rainy. This is a really good way to get sick. But yeah, there is no point in starting a fire right now. So I'm just gonna do some resource management and maybe some fishing again. Well, I'm wet and miserable. And the fish ain't biting. Oh, but maybe they are. Yet another broken fishing net. Wow. Okay, that wasn't too lucky. Clearly, I'm gonna have to check some other ponds. Well, let's be real, I'm not a big fan of this rain. So first, I'm gonna actually craft a stone awl. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea, to be honest. And then I'm gonna sew a head wrap, improvised bandeau, and some hand wraps. That way, maybe, at least I can protect myself at least a bit from the cold and from the elements. Oh yeah, I'm looking great. Not very good protection, but it's better than nothing. Also, I think I can make better shoes. Actually, they have worse bite defense. Never mind then, these are gonna be my secondary shoes if I ever need them. And with nothing else to do in this rain, I'm gonna craft some wooden rods. And then I'm gonna craft some small handles from one of the rods. And at that point, apparently, I'm gonna start starving to death. Well, rain, if you could go away, I could actually cook some of my food. But since the rain isn't going away, yeah, foraging. Let's go find some berries or something. Ooh, wild potato. That is, yeah, that's great. I mean, it would be much better if we could cook it, but who cares? At least I am no longer dying. A severe thunderstorm on day 4 was the last thing Mr. Wild Guy needed. With no real shelter besides the lean-to, no real clothing besides the improvised rags I threw together, and no real way to start a fire, I was in severe danger of joining the ranks of the undead very early on. I expected the shit to hit the fan soon, but day 4 was just slightly too early for my taste. Alas, that's wilderness survival for you. And I knew that if Mr. Wild Guy survives the rainy start, then he'd be able to survive what was coming soon after. Well, it's 6 p.m. again, so I'm gonna try doing some more fishing. No idea if it's even possible to catch anything in the storm, but I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah, no luck. The storm is getting worse and it's 9 p.m. now. Gotta admit, life for Mr. Wild Guy is looking far from good right now, but I cannot give up. I did find some mushrooms and I found another cockroach, but since it's raining so heavily, I think the best thing I can do is just go to sleep and hope that the morning brings calm weather. It's not raining as heavily anymore, so that's gonna help. For now, we're just gonna have a mushroom breakfast, and then I'm gonna try to do some fishing again. Oh, I caught something. Let's go. Small white crappie, 14 centimeter. This one is bigger than the one before. Now, even though it stopped raining, I'm gonna still try to catch another, because it's, you know, it's that time in the morning. Maybe I get lucky again. That one is even bigger. Small yellow perch. Now, I believe that the small fish you cannot actually slice into fillets because they're just, you know, small. But you know what? If I can at least cook them, this is gonna be glorious. Well, it's not gonna be glorious because the tree branch I was using broke again. Well, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can chop down this tree and get some branches. Hopefully not break the axe in the process. Lucky me, I did not, and we got 5 branches. Alright, let's try this again. Holy shit, it's actually happening. Let's go. We can also purify the water that I have in that paint bucket. Otherwise, the crappies are cooking. Look at that. That is delicious. I'm gonna put out the fire now, even though it was, you know, hard to actually start it. And then we eat a delicious fish. Actually, we're just gonna eat all the fish. Hey, for the first time, we're no longer hungry. Wait, I lied. already hungry. Anyway, let's get back to what I really wanted to do, which was make a stone blade, because that's gonna allow me to make a simple knife. Actually, having a knife will be better than just, you know, sharp flint. And while it's not much, it's my knife. Now, even though I'm slightly fed now, I think the next thing we should do, and should continue focusing on, is just finding more mushrooms and whatever else we can find, just to build up a bit of a food stockpile. That is a nice stack. Now it's 6 p.m. again. I see some ripples here in the water, so it's fishing time. Oh, we got another fish. Okay, maybe it's not a fish, maybe it's just garbage. This seems like garbage. Actually, not garbage. We got an empty plastic bottle. That's definitely gonna be very useful for our water issues. But first, let's see if we can actually get an actual fish. Oh, this one is fighting back a little bit. Small green sunfish. I will take it. Let's get that bad boy cooking. You know what? I'm gonna throw the mushrooms here as well. And I'm gonna pour the water from the paint bucket into the bottle. That way we actually have some of our own water with us. That's very useful. Now, before it gets too dark, I'm actually gonna use this awl to pick thread from these rags that we've got. Well, never mind. It got too dark. And Mr. Wild Guy is ridiculously tired anyway. So let's eat that sunfish. Let's have a good sleep. At this point, it was now clear to me that having a plan beyond the lean-to was probably a smart idea. So I sat down and I planned my whole crafting and building process, and let's just say it looked very bleak. Besides some obvious issues like not starting with any blacksmithing knowledge and being hard stuck at requiring nails for a lot of building recipes, my midterm goal was to grind knapping and carving to level 5, which would unlock most of the essential tools I'd need. Alas, with having to spend half a day hunting for food, that would be a slow process. So first, I needed to find another way to fill my belly. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make some traps out of sticks and twine. The process of making this, of course, also gives me the carving XP that I so much require. And there you go, out of wooden rods and twine, I can make a stick craft. One stick trap, of course, isn't really gonna be enough, so I need more sticks, I need more stones, and I need more everything to actually be able to make more. Now, with the one remaining tree branch I've got, I'm gonna make a stone hammer because I haven't made it yet, and I can research a recipe from this. Smithing hammerhead, okay, that's useful, probably. And now, since I only have one axe, that's not gonna be enough to chop down these trees. I'm gonna just try to remove some bushes and see if I can get a branch or two, not just twigs. And I'm gonna take some hemp dogbane we've got, and I'm gonna twist a rope from dogbane next. With that, I should be able to tie a rope belt. And we're gonna have a belt, finally. That gives me one extra slot in the belt, which is amazing. And I can attach my stone hammer there. Now I'm a proper caveman. Now let's go place that trap somewhere. Now I'm gonna forage for insects along the way, so I can use them as bait and maybe catch a bird or something. Now I want to go as far as possible from my base, but of course not too far. So this is where my base is. I'm gonna place my trap down here. I think that should be far enough. And I'm gonna use the caterpillar to add as a bait. Maybe you can catch a bird or something. I spent most of the day foraging now, and mostly we got insects and bugs to show for that. I can make another axe though, and I wanted to just in case my current axe breaks while chopping down this tree. But the second one got it going, and that gave me the tree branches that I needed. That's gonna be enough to make another stick trap. So I'm gonna quickly go back down here, and I'm gonna place another stick trap here. Hopefully there's gonna be something there tomorrow. Now in the morning I'm gonna start with some fishing. Hopefully I can catch something. Oh, and I did catch something. Let's go. Oh, and that's also a level up on fishing. A small yellow perch, I'll take it. Let's see if you can catch another. Oh, I think yes we can. This one is a real fighter. Small sauger. 20 centimeters. That's the biggest fish we caught so far. That's a great start to the day. And let's see if we got lucky with the traps as well. Holy shit. Well, life just got much better. Let's go do some butchering then. I can also slice up the small sauger that we got. It's big enough to do that. And of course, butcher the bird. That gives me some butchering XP as well. Now, before we start a fire, I'm also gonna go and carve a spear. And it's gonna all make sense soon why I did that. But first, let's do some cooking. And look at that, that gives me cooking XP as well. Love to see it. Now with the spear, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna fire harden it. And that's gonna make it a bit stronger. Now why I'm fire hardening a spear? Well, it's now day 7. And usually on day 7 or 8, a helicopter is gonna show up. I just wanna make sure that I have a like a proper weapon ready for when that happens. In fact, let's go make another. Now it's midday and I'm already very tired, but as long as a heli doesn't show up, I'm just gonna bash together some stones and make some more tools. Improvised whetstone, we're gonna need that in the future, and might as well train some tailoring as well. Then we rip these apart again and remake them one more time. Perfect tailoring grind. Also gonna use some of these large branches I have to carve some planks. It's basically just gonna be for carving XP. And there it is, carving level 3. Just 2 more levels for what I need to do. Basically at level 5 I can make bone fishing hooks, so if my current hook breaks, then that's gonna make things much easier for me. Also, this gave me a couple of extra planks that eventually I'll be able to use to build something whenever I find nails. And since the helicopter isn't showing up today, I'm gonna try to do some more fishing. This one, not so big, but it's gonna have to do. Let's go cook it up. You know what? Let's make another spear. Oh, it's kinda slightly unfortunate that now it started raining. And I'm thinking it's definitely gonna be a helicopter showing up tomorrow, so if it's gonna rain, that's gonna be rough. But at least I got plenty of food ready to go for tomorrow then. Well, it's now 8 AM, the rain has stopped, so life is good. But I'm confident that the helicopter's gonna show up today. So I'm gonna quickly go check up on my traps. Ooh, and I see both have been triggered, which means 2 fresh dead birds. Oh, that is huge. And I'm gonna bait them now with fish guts, because I don't really know what else I can use the fish guts for, so let's do that. I'm not gonna cook them or butcher them yet, just because it's raining and I do want to get out of my camp as soon as possible. So you know what? Let's just do a bunch of foraging and go as far as possible away from here. I'm gonna hit the road because I wanna see if I can find some more flint. And I was planning to just continue this way, but I have found something. The Dark Wallow Lake guest house. Well, now I think I know where I am. If we go this way, we're gonna find that giant, like, hotel-like place. I'm gonna go check it out, because that's gonna be definitely the biggest source of zombies around here. And I also leveled up foraging again, up to level 7 now. Oh, there it is. There's the Zeds. They're already grouping up. Oh, I just bypassed a couple. Didn't even notice because I was doing the search mode. You know what, that's okay, I get to test the spear and see how good this thing is. Good enough, I guess. Being right next to all these zombies when the helicopter hits might not be the best idea, but it might be a good idea to just, well, kill some, since they are still pretty decently spread out. I do wish I could take some of their clothing, that would be actually pretty nice, but for now I'm gonna have to be happy with ripping it apart, especially since these guys have some denim stuff, and now that I do have a knife, I can actually destroy denim as well. And cut up a belt as well for some more leather strips. I am tired though, so I probably shouldn't be playing with these ads. So for now, I'm just gonna leave this pile of clothing here. I can come back to this later, and I'm gonna keep on moving. Well, I have found some more civilization. That's a bait shop right there. Of course, I'm not allowed to go shopping. But you know what? There's a couple of zombies here, so let's make sure these zombies are non-factor. Thankfully, there's not many of them, but there's also a railway there. And if I'm not mistaken, close by, there should be a gas station as well. Those are places we're definitely gonna have to and want to clear out, just so we don't get a zombie migration towards our base. Oh yeah, there it is. Doesn't seem like there's many Zeds here. There's a couple more to the north as well. Now, eventually, this might be my only way to get some nails by dismantling things that, well, I can reach, like this door. I would need an improvised screwdriver first, and for that I'm gonna need to find like some trash metal or something like that first. So you know what? Let's go back to looking for trash then. I found no useful trash, but I'm back down to these Zeds and decided, you know what? I'm gonna cut up their jeans. I'm gonna use the denim to make some better clothing when I can. Okay, now I'm so overloaded I'm actually killing myself. Maybe I should not be carrying all of this stuff with me. I have 14 denim strips in my hand. Maybe I'm gonna go home. It looks like my dude slept 13 hours? Holy shit, that's amazing. And since there's still no helicopter, I'm just gonna cook my birds. And then we go check our traps, and it looks like the fish guts were just eaten. We didn't catch anything, unfortunately. Well, it is what it is. I'm just gonna go over to crafting. And if the heli doesn't show up, I'm just gonna continue crafting throughout the day. Oh, no, now it showed up. Alright, fair enough. Let's drop the stuff we've got. And I am going away. For now, I'm just gonna be scavenging, searching, trying to find stuff. Mr. Wild Guy slept till 1 p.m. anyway, so he should be ready to go on an adventure. This is definitely gonna attract some of those zombies from the lake house, but hopefully nothing too crazy. Well, I do see a zombie in the middle of the woods. You know what? I'm gonna try to take care of it. Better safe than sorry, right? Oh, but there is another. I made it to the railway again. I think further up is where the gas station was. I'm just gonna do some more scavenging around here. Oh, I found a dead mouse. You know what? That's food. It's stale. It's not much hunger, but it's food. Oh shit, I managed to forage a cooler. I mean, I did find it while foraging, but it feels kind of wrong to grab it as my container. To be honest, it would be nice to have, you know, something where I could just throw everything I'm foraging in, because I am constantly over encumbered. Screw it, I'm going back for it. This is my cooler now. Also, the helicopter seems to have stopped, so I'm going back towards home because it's almost 10 p.m. now. I am quite decently far away from home though. Let's try not to run into any Zeds in the woods, shall we? I heard a zombie somewhere. I don't know where exactly, but I heard it. I would love to take it out, but no idea where it is, and it's getting darker. For now, keep moving. I'm gonna stay more in the open just so my sight lines are better. I actually found a skeleton here. Of course, it's empty. Can I crush it for bones? Unfortunately, nope. Well, there is a zombie right next to my camp, unfortunately. That's not something I can afford. Hopefully just gonna be one, but it's really hard to see. Oh no, there's like a bunch over there, isn't it? Midnight fighting, my favorite. Let's do the zombies. 4 or 5 there? If I can pull them one at a time, that would be great. I guess 2 will do, as long as I can use my spear. At this point, it would be really nice to have a flashlight. Alas, at least this group is down. Oh, there's one right there. And there's a bunch more down here. At least they didn't ruin anything that I've built. Always look on the bright side in that. Alright, there's more up there as well. Yeah, I don't think I'm sleeping today. Today we just fight and hope my spear doesn't break. I can look at these guys as like a rag and denim delivery service. As long as they don't ruin my shit, we're all good. It's probably more in the woods, but the sight lines are not helping here. This would be much easier if I could at least start a fire. Hopefully nobody bites me in the ass while I do this. Oh, let's go. Okay. At least we got that going for us, which is nice. I'm gonna grab my cooler now. I'm gonna cook some more shrooms. And of course, the mouse. And now we wait for the morning to come. Not daring to sleep, just staying in the protective range of fire and hoping no more zombies come here. Oh, but I do see one more. I'm gonna try to not set her on fire. Oh, and that broke my spear. Shit. Luckily, I got another. No more zombies showed up. I'm gonna now put out a fire. And while Mr. Wild Guy is very tired, now it's not the time to sleep. Now it's the time to hunt in the woods again. I don't see any zombies in the immediate vicinity. So for now, I'm just gonna walk through the woods and go towards my traps. See if I can find some zombies along the way. Oh yeah, there is one on the other side of the lake here. Let's go take care of that one first. And I'll just say, this fog is not helping on my hunt. But that's the cards Mr. Wild Guy has been dealt, so let's play with them. Well, both of my traps have been triggered, so at least there is that. And that is 2 more dead birds. Love to see it. Oh, I see another one over yonder. I think at some point I'm gonna have to start yelling in the woods just to pull them out of the trees. Ah shit, there's more than one. Luckily, my spear is still doing its job. Now at some point I will have to sleep because Mr. Wild Guy is ridiculously tired. So I'm gonna do another perimeter check. Oh, and I see them. These guys gotta go as well. There's another out there. And who knows how many more that I just can't see. Well, that broke my spear as well. Oh, and I scratched my torso? Oh, shit. This really isn't helping at all. Let's clean up some rags quickly. And then I'm gonna risk a couple of hours of sleep. Hopefully the fog dissipates and no zombies show up. There is no zombies munching on me. And the fog is gone, so hunting for them is gonna be easier. I do have to replace my dirty bandage though. Well, let's go hunt again. I'm gonna make sure that I'm heard loud and clear. Come out here, bastards, wherever you are. It seems like I've done a pretty good job at clearing them out already, because I am not seeing any more right now. That doesn't mean they're not out here amongst the trees, it just means that I'm not seeing them. I'm gonna go out here on the road where it's clearer, much easier to see. I'm gonna call for them a bit more. See if I can get lucky. Ah, there is one. That's literally all I've seen so far. Which kind of tells me that I've been far enough away that all the zombies who are at the lake house didn't really hear me. I guess I should say they didn't hear the helicopter. And these couple that are still here, I can deal with them. Well, I also found a pencil. That is something I will actually take. I mean, a pencil is not something that I can ever craft myself. It's gonna be useful just so I can mark stuff on my map, like home and my traps. Now it's getting late already. I'm already drowsy again. I'm gonna slowly make it back towards my camp. I'm gonna disinfect some of the bandages that I have, just so I can have some nice and clean rags, while of course also cooking the birds. That one is actually 35 nutrition now. Holy shit, that's huge. That sterilized rag is gonna help with the infection on the scratch we've got now. Much better than the dirty ones. First thing in the morning, we hit the traps again. That is 2 more giant dead birds. I'm gonna take my cooler and we're gonna go harvest some of these dead Zeds. Mainly what I'm looking for is getting some more denim, some more leather if I can. Well, that's a nice haul of denim. And also 1 broken leather coat that I'm gladly gonna cut up. That's 5 strips. Oh, that's huge. Now let's rip up all of the denim and let's see what we can craft. Now, unfortunately, you cannot make headgear, but can make pretty much everything else. And of course these are gonna give me better scratch protection. And now, now I'm looking like a proper forest warrior. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go make a couple of stone axes and I'm gonna put them to good use. Cutting down some trees is gonna give me more tree branches, and these are gonna be much needed for me to level up my carving skill. Now, I do need to remember to cook the birds, because that's basically our food for the day. Plus some of the mushrooms we've got, because I'm not fishing right now. Should I be fishing? Probably, but you know what? Birds will have to do for a bit. And I have no illusions that these birds are gonna help with my weight loss, because I'm already at a low weight now, but at least they will keep me from starving. I knew going into this challenge that food would always be a problem. Maybe not as much the amount of food, but the right kind of food. You can fill your belly with birds and mushrooms and fish, alas those won't keep your weight up unless you mix in some serious fats. Something like cow milk or even butter. With being restricted to traveling on foot, starting a farm would be almost impossible. But now that I knew where on the map my base was, I could start planning a nearby farm raid. But don't let me get ahead of myself. There were so many basics to take care of first. Well, we got ourselves another bird, but I'm gonna cook that one later. Let's first do some carving, which all takes ages to be honest, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So basically for wooden branches I crafted wooden rods, and for wooden rods I made some small handles. From small handles I'm gonna make some wooden spoons, and then from wooden spoons we can make wooden forks. That's like quadruple the XP. But that should bring me all the way to the next level of carving. Level 4 unlocked. At this point I can grab a log and I can carve a bucket. And also I can then research the bucket, which is gonna give me the ability to forge a bucket eventually. But yeah, I can now fill the bucket. These buckets are gonna be very useful eventually when I'm gonna need some cement made out of clay. I found some clay already, so yeah, we can use that. Oh, and I see now that one of my traps got destroyed. That's unfortunate, but the other one did have a bird. I found some nails in the forest. That is huge. 3 nails. That is actually huge. When I was setting up my plan, I think I needed like 16 nails for everything that I wanted to craft. At least 16 nails. That is without actually building roofs and such. So yeah, while 3 nails might not sound a lot, it's actually quite a lot. Anyway, let's remake our stick traps. I can also research the nail recipe. Oh, that told me how to forge nails. Oh, that's also huge. Of course, I do need blacksmithing level 1 at least for that, but there are a couple of things I can do here to get to level 1, maybe, hopefully, one day. Oh shit, this trap has been sprung again. I wanted to go reset it. That's another bird. Let's place the 2 extras that I made and hope I get more birds in the morning. Also, since I haven't done it in a while, I'm gonna do some fishing. I see we got some ripples there. And I can't be eating just birds constantly, right? Actually, I don't think I'm gonna be eating this, because I just caught an empty tin can. Amazing. Maybe second time's the charm? Looks like maggots aren't doing great as a bait, huh? Okay, this one is actually a fish. I can tell. Just a little bait fish, I guess. Let's see what little bait fish can get me then. A little bait fish got me an empty tin can. These ripples are a lie. One last time. Let's try it. It's gonna be like a bait fish again, isn't it? But it is a small white crappie. But I guess that's better than nothing, since we do have 2 birds and some shrooms here to cook anyway. Actually, that got my cooking to level 2, so that's great. Alright, the morning is foggy once again. But that's not gonna stop me, because I am going on an adventure today. Right after I find some insects. And use the insects to rebait my traps. They got me 3 birds today. Smaller ones, but, you know, birds nonetheless. But now, the adventure part. Now, as I said, I need to level up napping to level 5 as well, not just carving. And for that, I need stones. Mostly, I need flint. And while I can find flint while foraging, there are also like flint deposits that you can pick up, but I haven't really found any yet. So my plan was to, once again, go forage for stones on the road and see if I can find some of those deposits. I found literally everything, even a dead mouse. But finding flint stones, that one's rough. Actually, never mind. Just found one. Also, at this point, I am quite very overloaded and I'm killing myself slowly. So maybe I should go empty my inventory back home and just be happy with all the flint that I have found. Oh, I also did level up foraging all the way up to level 8 now. So some good did come from today's adventure. Now first things first, I'm gonna make a stone chisel because I'm gonna need this one later on for masonry if I ever get that far. And I can use this to make stone blocks from basic stone. So that could be future building material. Next I'm gonna make 1 stone blade, and I think based on XP that might bring me all the way to level 2. Oh yeah, there you go, 26 XP for that one, love it. I can use the stone blades in the future to go and make some stone spears. Also, since I'm a level 2 now in napping, I can make a stone blade scythe, which I can actually use to get some grass cuttings. So something like this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. If we ever have animals, I can feed them the grass cuttings like this. But now, if I were to be making a bunch more of these stone blades, because they are probably the cheapest of them to make right now, and I get 26 XP each time, I would need to make like 10 more for level 3. I don't have 10 more, I have 3 flint flakes. I think if I make the scythe, I actually get more XP, but it takes more resources. But also, I get some carving XP along the way if I turn the tree branch into a medium handle. So maybe the combination of both is not the worst, and this is almost 40 XP. And maybe eventually I can use these sights as a weapon as well, I guess. In any case, I will definitely need more flint flakes. But now it's time to cook again. Check on my traps. Be sad because today we caught a really tiny bird only. And then go back to foraging. I'm gonna try to remove a couple of bushes just to see if I can get some branches as well, because I do need a couple more. And of course, the twigs we get, we can also burn if we need to. And we're off to carving and napping once again. Well, I am 2 flakes away from getting to napping level 3. I'm gonna go see if I can find them. I also found some zombies nearby. It's been a while, friends, but it's better if I find them here on the road than they wander into my base. What is this? Oh, a dead bird. Alright, I'll take that. It's stale, but it's better than nothing. Stale birds are just as nutritious. Oh, there's one of my flint flakes. Let's go. And the other one is nowhere to be found. There you are. That's a nodule. Let's go. It's gonna be late in the day, but there it is. That is napping level 3. Now since I'm level 3 in napping, I can actually make a flint saw. That is gonna be huge because it's gonna help me eventually get into some carpentry. At least I hope so. But to test this theory, I gotta do something dangerous. I gotta go to the lake house. What is this that I have found? Is that a magazine? That's Hotie's magazine. Unfortunately, I cannot read. I can look at the pictures though. I won't be looking at pictures right now. Right now I gotta be careful not to get spotted by any zombies. Ooh, interesting. I found some steel scrap while looking for wild plants. Yep, that makes total sense. Also found yet another cooler. Well, that's gonna allow me to store some of the stuff that I picked up while sneaking. There doesn't seem to be any zombies around at all, which is to me a huge surprise. I mean, you'd think that on apocalypse settings there'd be more zombies here. And yeah, I get it that, you know, the helicopter moved some. Oh, there's a bunch there. But still, you'd expect more. Anyway, I wanted to see if I could do this. No, I cannot do this with a flint saw. That is a huge shame. I was hoping that would be a way to get some nails, but apparently not. For now, I'm just gonna leave. Let these guys break their windows if they want to. I guess I'm gonna have to continue hoping that I can find some nails to foraging. Much chance in doing that, yeah. There is this one zombie over here that kind of tracked me down. Because even if I realized that, yeah, I cannot use the saw over there, I still found a couple of flint nodules while searching around here, which means I can continue to level up napping. The mornings are starting to get chilly. That's probably not gonna be good for poor Mr. Wild Guy. But at least the traps are still abundant. Oh, that's a trapping level 1. And when I say level 1, I mean level 2. Maybe I can catch bigger birds now. Some of these are tiny. Oh, that's also a butchering level up. The first of its kind. Maybe I'm gonna get some more meat out of these birdies now. Or maybe not. In any case, let's get back to work. I need a couple more branches. Luckily, the bushes are abundant around here. I mean, Mr. Wild Guy does live in the middle of a forest. What a surprise, right? Now, we're gonna begin by crafting some twine. And we're gonna craft a bunch of medium handles for that sweet carving XP. Then we make flint saws. My guess is that flint saws, whenever we're gonna need them to actually saw anything, they're not gonna last forever. So I'm gonna make a bunch right now because they also give me quite a lot of napping XP without actually taking more resources if we ignore the twine. But twine, it's pretty easy to make if we find dogbane. After making 6 flint saws, we are over halfway there. Now let's go do some fishing. It's about time we catch something big. That does not look big at all, which unfortunately is also what she said. Yeah, that is also not much bigger. Come on, give me one more. It did give me one more. Another small white bass, I'll take it. So for tomorrow, we got 3 birds and a couple of pieces of fish to eat. That's gonna be a good day. Might as well eat some today already. And let's see what we're gonna have for tomorrow now that we have trapping level 2. 3 birds, 2 of them are pretty big. Love to see it. We butcher the birds, and then I'm gonna go craft a couple more flint saws, which to be honest is a long and arduous process. But slowly but surely, we're getting there. I don't think I'm gonna be running out of flint saws anytime soon though. But I did run out of flint, so that's something I gotta go search for again. What the hell is this? What did I just find? Backgammon board? Maybe I'll return for it one day, and maybe I'll convince a zombie to play with me. But that day is not today. Now today is the day I kill zombies. Let's be real, I wasn't planning to, but I was looking for my flint, and this guy was in my way. Now some time ago I did say that I do want to check the nearby farms, and I believe they're right there, so I'm gonna go check that. There are some zombies out there, but I'm gonna ignore them for now and focus instead on flint, which thankfully is abundant on this road. I probably should have come here sooner, but let's go check this out now. There's only zombies out here. I don't actually see any animals, but I do not give up so easily because there's another pen here. This one seems to be very empty. There's a bunch of zombies eating a dude, and there is a barn, but otherwise does not look like there's any animals around, or inside for that matter. I guess it was worth checking. Let's go back home now. Oh, I got a level up in light-footed, and at the same time I level up in sneaking. Now I might not have found any animals, but I have found enough flint that should be good enough to level up my napping to level 4. But first we cook the birds, then we eat the birds, then we go get some more birds. Now we go back to napping work. Finally, I'm at napping level 4. That actually unlocks napping a large stone axe head. Just need a large smooth stone, and then I can make a large stone axe. That's exciting. Let's go find one of those smooth stones. That should be one. Let's go and grab it then. It's quite heavy. Now let's see how much XP I get for making a large stone head. 65. Actually, that's really good and does not use much materials at all. So all I now need is to grab a large handle and I can make a large stone axe. That actually could be enough XP for maintenance level up as well. And indeed it was. You know what? We actually have a large stone axe now. That's gonna be very useful for chopping down trees. Another milestone achieved. Now I just need to basically brute force napping and carving to level 5. Carving being much easier, of course. Or find like 22 more of those large flat stones, which actually wouldn't be that hard. They are pretty plentiful, but they are very heavy to bring back. First though, I do need to remake my hammer because it broke. And then we just enjoy the fire. July was coming to a close and I knew the weather is just gonna keep getting worse until my primitive clothes would not be able to keep me warm any longer. Ergo, I needed to craft better clothing. Naturally, that hit its own issues, like needing scissors, which I couldn't make without blacksmithing, but I couldn't start blacksmithing without scissors. In short, like a pencil, that was another piece of loot that I needed to get off of zombies. The second problem was I needed carpentry level 3 to make a simple loom, and grinding that would be a challenge without nails. But I was ready to tackle it. This is a great way to get sick, but right now there really isn't much I can do about it. So I'm just gonna continue my work and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab some branches from the bushes around. Now I think there's a way for me to do some carpentry training without actually building anything, but I need to test it first. So I'm just crafting a wooden rod, then I'm gonna take the flint saw we made and I am gonna go and I'm gonna saw that wooden rod into small handles. That should give me carpentry XP, 6.5, which means I need 20 more branches and that's gonna be quite a grind once again. But sometimes that's just how it is. At least the branches are very easy to get with just an axe and a bunch of bushes around. Alright, it took me not that long, but I now have 21 tree branches. That should be all I need. Now I gotta carve all 21 of them. Oh, I actually brought my carving all the way up to level 5 and I'm not even done yet. But unfortunately the rain is also not done. I have no idea if I can actually light a fire and cook my birds. Well, apparently I can. Okay, well, hopefully these will cook even in rain. Well, they did. Let's go. Well, it looks like the rain has stopped overnight. And while going to check on my traps, I actually found 2 oranges. I believe that a fruit like that, I can actually catch more than just birds. But I would need different traps to actually catch like a squirrel or rabbit. Something like a snare trap. I'm gonna make 2 of these. That also gives me carpentry XP, which is completely fine. So let me place these traps down here. And I'm gonna add oranges. Unfortunately, one already went stale, which means that I'll probably not gonna catch anything with that one. But that is something we're gonna be dealing with tomorrow. Now let's get back to sewing. Well, it took me most of the day, but this should be the last one. There we go, carpentry level 2. Well, for level 3, now we have to do double that. At least carving should be easy. I have like 76 small handles on the ground now. Not that I need higher carving, because at this point, at level 5, I can make pretty much everything from carving that I ever wanted to make. Now let's see if my trap caught anything good. That's a very nice and very big dead squirrel. And the orange I had from yesterday is still fresh, so I can go and I can rebait it. The other one, as expected, didn't catch anything because, well, the orange was stale. But 1 squirrel and 2 birdies, that's better than nothing. I also apparently found some Zeds in the forest. Maybe they heard my traps, because they do make noise when they're sprung. But I can't say I am really a big fan of these guys. Luckily, they're easy to dispose of. Ooh, also, finding this flint got me to level 9 foraging. Damn, that's huge. Now, I just want to check some alternative ways to level up, so I'm gonna grab a couple more tree branches and I'm gonna build a crude wooden bookcase. That can be a bit of extra storage for us. Okay, that's carpentry 6.5 as well, so basically 8 branches for 6.5 or 8 times 6.5 if I saw it into small handles. But hey, at least we got some storage space. And the illusion that we actually got books. I also want to see how much XP I could get for a log wall. If I build it, let's say right here, 13. Okay, I guess that's not so bad. And we got a bit of a wall here now. A bit of extra protection while I sleep as well, and some extra carpentry XP. Of course, from the XP point of view, this is not good enough, but since I have a couple of logs lying around, why not do it? Well, all the log walls that I could build today got me more than 1/3 into the next carpentry level. But of course, that can be pretty exhausting, and thusly, it makes you lose even more weight as you go. But hopefully my new meat source will be enough to keep me alive for now. And just so I do not look like a crazy person, which I do, I'm just gonna wash myself a bit. This rain really tells me that I need to figure out how to make a roof, and soon at that. I need like 30 branches to get to the next level of carpentry, so a lot of bushes will have to die for this. Also, I forgot, this is something I wanted to do some time ago. I can actually make a wooden spade out of a large branch, so let's go do that as well. A spade like this, I'm gonna be able to use it to gather sand and some more clay when I need it. I've gathered 18 branches by now, and just to do something different, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use the big axe that I got. I'm gonna go chop down a tree. I don't think chopping down one tree ruined the condition of the axe much, so I'm gonna go for another. And yeah, it looks pretty good still. I like it. Of course, that made me highly exerted. It also gave me some extra branches and some more logs to build the frames. I wanted to build this one here because now this kind of closes off my access to water and nobody can come at me from this side, making this corner right here slightly safe-ish. Of course, it will never be fully safe because zombies can always break these walls, but having access to water, I actually could build a window frame over here, so we're gonna have some natural light coming in without the fear of zombies also coming in. And now with these walls done, I am halfway to the carpentry level 3, and I have enough branches to finish it off as well. So for now, I'm just gonna enjoy the fire, eat my birds, and after I rebait my traps, then the real work begins. But I also found screws. I know I need screws for something, so this is a big find. I don't know if one screw is enough though. Ah yeah, there it is. I can make a can reinforced short weapon with one screw. I do need to make improvised screwdriver first though. That one would require some more luck. Also, I just found corn. I can use the corn to put bait over here. Alright, now the work begins anew. Well, it took me most of the day, but we now have 24 wooden rods, which I can now start sewing into small handles for that tiny carpentry XP. So spend the whole day sawing these wooden rods now, only to realize I don't actually have enough because I used some of the wooden rods to start a fire the night before. I'm missing like one branch. Well, let's go fix that then. Let's carve up this bad boy, and then it shall be done. Level 3 carpentry. That is now a huge milestone. Not only can I make a simple loom now, so I'll be able to make some burlap, I can also make log stairs and have at least one piece of roof. I also can make a butcher's hook if I ever find a large hook. I don't think there's anything I can use over there, anything else. First I need to carve a bunch of saplings into long sticks. Then I just need a bunch more logs. And there it is. That is my simple loom. Now clicking on it, you can see I can use some hemp, dogbane as well, to make burlap pieces. Now with burlap, I can make better clothing. Alas, I need scissors. And as I mentioned before, I cannot make scissors. Well, I could make crude scissors, but that I need blacksmithing. I also need buttons. Actually, I can make large bone beads, but for that, I do need a drill, a stone drill, for which I need knapping level 5, so there's leveling up to do there as well. The one thing I can do though is I can sew sacks. I will need one burlap piece for that. I'm gonna need some twine, and I'm gonna need a bone needle, which I can now actually make. First, I do need to destroy a couple of these skulls. That's gonna give me bone pieces, which I can then go and sharpen with my improvised whetstone. And then I can carve that sharp bone fragment into a bone needle. Well, we've been hit with rain again. That's rough. And I've also been hit by a bandit who destroyed this trap, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Let's take our dogbane that we've got and let's turn that into some burlap. Doing this doesn't actually give me any XP. I was hoping maybe we could get some tailoring XP. Alas, not such a thing. Still, we now have 8 burlap pieces, and I'm gonna use it to craft a couple of sacks. Oh well, just crafting one gave me level up in tailoring. This now gives me the option to sew a shirt, but still, we need scissors and buttons. For now, I think I'm happy that I actually have a sack, because that's going to be very useful. If nothing else, I can carry it with me and put some more stuff in it. I think the next thing I want to do is get that one piece of roof over here. Now for that, I'm gonna need quite a lot of logs, so it's time we go chopping. That is 2 trees down, that is 10 logs. Pretty good. Very exerted out of that though. And the handle condition on my stone axe isn't looking so good no more. But that is one thing that I can easily make a lot more of. In fact, I'm gonna make one right now while my dude slowly cools down. And I'm gonna nap a new stone head, which is something that I do want to do for the napping XP up to level 5 anyway. And then we make a new stone axe. Now let's bring another one down. Carrying all of these logs is gonna hurt. But building the log stairs, oh, that's gonna be huge. For the first time, we can go up and there is one piece that comes pre-built with this. And underneath this piece, life is good and not so rainy no more. I'm gonna cook my food. And also, I kind of want to clean up this mess a bit. So I'm gonna grab the branches that I've got. And I'm gonna go build some more storage here. Unfortunately, today is quite foggy. Now the reason why I think that's unfortunate is because today I had a plan to do some more scavenging. And basically do some foraging for trash on the road. See what I can find. Of course, foraging in this weather, yeah. My vision effectiveness is not as good as you would hope, but hopefully the fog will lift and trash shall be found. Well, trash so far has been pretty non-existent, and the fog has certainly not lifted. And out of the fog come the zombies, and these bad boys better give me some denim or leather or something like that. Oh yeah, there's some or even better, we get scissors. Holy shit, that's something I really needed. Well, this made this trip definitely very much worth it. Thank you, zombies. I will definitely put these to good use. We also found some wild eggs outside of a gas station. You know what? Life is finding a way, and I bet those will be absolutely delicious. With how lucky I got today, I think I'm gonna slowly make it back towards home, because having scissors actually means I can make some more clothing. Let's grab our burlap pieces. I think the best thing I could sew right now is a burlap knee-length dress. For that, I do need thread, and I can get thread by grabbing the rags and picking thread from them. That's gonna be a slow process again, and I do not get much out of it, but it is enough. I am gonna sew that long dress. Mr. Wild Guy is becoming a proper tailor. Gives me a bit of a scratch defense, a bit of insulation and wind resistance, and makes me look absolutely ridiculous. I love it. Insulation, not really looking great when it comes to body, but it's okay for legs and hands and head. I'm also gonna craft a neck guard from denim strips, which I should have enough in here. Now I have no idea if you can actually wear the neck guard with the hat that I've got, but we're gonna learn soon. Oh yes, I can. Let's go. I can also sew a cloth satchel, which is definitely something I want to do right now, because that's gonna give me a bit of a backpack. Yes, please wear this. Holy shit, look at this. Oh, now we're becoming a proper survivor. I also don't know if I can wear a skirt as a leg piece underneath the dress I already have. So I'm just gonna try sewing a long skirt, and then we're gonna try. Nope, I cannot. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So for now, this is gonna have to do until I can get to napping level 5 and make a stone drill. With that stone drill in hand, I'll be able to make a burlap shirt. Don't worry, I just need to nap like 20 plus more of these large stones. Easy, right? It might take a while, yes, but tonight I go to sleep happy. It was amazing to finally have some proper clothes. Alas, my excitement was short-lived. All of the progress I've done so far would be for naught if I couldn't find more nails. They were the single biggest crafting and building cockblock in my wilderness survival, but there were still a couple of ways to get them without getting lucky through foraging. But to test these ways, I had to travel far and move into zombie-infested lands in hopes that they would provide the answer to my pleas. Before I go on adventure, I also want to grab the stone blade, and I'm gonna make a stone spear. Oh crap, it used my knife instead of the stone blade that I took. Oh, that's annoying. Well fine, I'm just gonna remake my stone knife then, and we're gonna see how the spear does. Now as soon as I hit the road, I'm gonna start looking for trash in hopes that I find, well, something more useful than a fountain cup. Oh, okay, sheet metal scrap might be exactly what I'm looking for. Actually, no, I was hoping I could make an improvised screwdriver with it. Alas, it's not on the list. I can research it though. That made me the recipe for a shiv. Okay, I'll take it. Not that I really need a shiv, but it's something I can make eventually. Now the reason why I want a screwdriver is to disassemble this. That would be awesome if I could do it. But I do know that zombies disassembled this piece What do we have? There's a hinge and a doorknob. Well, that's something I can't really make, and probably eventually I will need this. I was hoping maybe there could be some nails as well. Alas, no luck this time around. There are some zombies here though. I'm gonna see if I can convince them to barge in some doors for me as well. I don't know how doable that's gonna be here in this house, but I hear that one is banging on something, but I think it's a window. This one, I'll just try to kill. Yeah, no, he just wants to kill me. Fine. Yeah, he did break the window. Didn't go for the door. There are a couple more here. Maybe I can convince some of these guys to go for this door. Come on over, boys. Let's do this. Okay, there's one just behind the house though as well. That wasn't the plan. I think, yeah, there is somebody banging on the door. Perfect, that's awesome. I'm gonna kill the stragglers and leave those guys to it. There are actually plenty of stragglers now. And my spear broke at a pretty unfortunate time. No worries, we got more spears. Also, my shoes broke. Oh, that is not very good when you're in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully I do not get any good scratches. I'm definitely gonna try to rip up some clothing just in case I need to bandage something. So apparently I can now make chum? Oh, because there's sand here. I think I can make it with sand. Yeah, that's a chum base. Now to the chum base, I can actually add an insect. That's so cool. Now I don't hear banging anymore, so that either means that they finally broke through that door or that they gave up. It looks like they're inside, which would mean that they broke the door. They did. Alas, there's still a couple around here. I'm just gonna quickly go see. What did they produce? They didn't produce any nails, unfortunately. I'm gonna let them be. For now, I need to go home and make some new shoes first. Thankfully, I did not scratch myself going back home. And just to make sure that these shoes are going to be slightly more sturdy, I'm going to use my leather strips this time around. And I'm going to make leather strip foot wraps. Those are much better protection. And I can still cut up the old ones. Holy shit, I just found a banana. And since I was just on my way to my traps, that's gonna be great trap here probably, hopefully, we'll see. Who knows, maybe I can catch a raccoon. Anyway, what I was trying to get to was my plan to fire harden a couple more spears. Unfortunately, my banana didn't catch anything, so I'm gonna try again. Now I go back to the land of the dead. And I intend to play it risky today, but also be very careful I do not ruin my shoes. Now I could try using these guys to break more stuff for me, but to be honest, I do not want them behind me right now because I'm going a bit further. I just want to see if there's something that I could disassemble or something that these guys could break there. For now, mostly they're just breaking windows. Wait, the bench I can disassemble only with a hammer. Oh, that's huge. That is actually huge. There is a couple of benches here. There's of course a couple of zombies, and one of them got themselves caught over there. How's that even possible? That's amazing to see. Let's see if I can bait these guys away. There's probably a lot here, isn't there? And there's another one stranded there. These guys just went for a swim, didn't they? I do not intend to fight all of this. I just want to see if I can bait them a bit further away. I think now I'm done shouting. I'm just gonna naturally lead them in this direction. There's a lot. I want them on this side of the area though. Definitely on this side. Now I'm just glad that the helicopter didn't pull all this out, because if it had, I would have been in serious trouble. In any case, I will be leaving now, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sneak through the trees here, sneaky beaky like. Now I'll see how this cleared out. Oh yeah, they look like they have gotten the other way. I do need to bring a stone hammer. So for now, I will go back home, and I guess I will return on the morrow, because of course I'm already getting drowsy, and by the time I'm home I will be tired. That lean-to is not the coziest bed to sleep in. Now before I go to bed, I also wanted to try the chum that I've made. Apparently I can just slug it out there. Well, let's see how this works then. Already caught something. Oh, that's a level up in fishing. Up to level 3 now. Perfect. And I got a small white crappie. I got another grasshopper, so let's try a bit more fishing then. And hopefully level 3 fishing means I get something even bigger. Well, no, that definitely wasn't bigger. But that's gonna be a bunch more things to cook. Holy shit, look at what I just found. Griddle pan. I can actually start making food now. I can actually make proper food. Holy, that's amazing. That's what you get for looking for trash in the middle of a forest. My plan was to switch this to insects, just so I could find some more insects, but you know what? This is better than having these magazines. I think I need like 8 or 10. I can make armor out of them. I do think I would have to find duct tape as well, so low chance. But I like what I see here. That banana caught me my first rabbit. Sorry, buddy, but you are 5 kilos of awesome. I'm gonna butcher this rabbit, And I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the first piece of actual leather I can get. And that was all out of a single banana. Yes, I got a rabbit hide. That's amazing. And 10 pieces of rabbit meat. Oh, that's huge. I can also get bones from the skeleton. That leveled up my butchering skill. That's 21 bone pieces. Huge. You know how many buttons that is? Oh, 21. Now, I'm gonna grab my stone hammer and I'm gonna sneak my way over yonder. Seems pretty empty right now. Okay, maybe not completely empty. Well, let's see if we can take care of these guys quickly. Ah, shit, more of them are coming. How long would this take to disassemble? Probably too long, right? Oh yeah, definitely too long. Fine, let me kill you as well. And then we go back to disassembling this and hope that these guys can't get to me. They do seem to be like stuck behind these windows. They can break them, but they cannot get through. Now tell me you got some nails. I don't think I got any nails. No, I did see that there's on this zombie, there's a can opener. I will take that. I'm gonna chance it. I'm gonna sneak over to the next one. I'm gonna try to break that one apart as well. The zombies seem to be stuck mostly anyway. Give me some nails. Come on. Give me some nails. Just planks? Oh, that's shitty. I mean, planks are good, but it's not what I came here for. There are some more zombies out here. That one seems to be stuck. This one is guarding the next bench. I have to make sure it does not guard it for much longer. Well, let's break this one as well. Please, I beg of you, give me some nails. It did not give me nails. I'm guessing these cannot give you nails then? They must be glued together or something. Come on, lady. Calm down. Okay. That was a bit too close. Only one bench remains now. But also, there's more zombies here. And my dude is starting to get tired. I don't want to push it too much, but I will fight for that one last bench. Alright, there's one chilling there. There's a bunch of them chilling there. I think I can go and try to disassemble it. Okay, all good. All good, not even a problem. Give me some... Oh, let's go. Nails. 2 nails. That's huge. I mean, 2 nails out of 5 benches is not really huge, but it's definitely better than no nails. Now we skedaddle. Now let's use this griddle pan to actually make a proper meal for once. Rabbit, mushroom, and pea stir fry with some lemongrass seasoning. That is gonna make Mr. Wild Guy very, very happy. And also level up in cooking. Up to level 3 already. 45 nutrition value in the end. Love it. That's definitely gonna help with my weight issues. And then we're gonna do some work around the house. Like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna nap all the flint nodules that I've got, which brings me up to 14 sharp flint flakes. I also have one more of these bad boys, so I can make another stone head. I'm also gonna go and I'm gonna try to grab some more branches. There never seems to be enough of those. Actually, I totally forgot. Instead of grabbing these branches, I should be doing something else. I should be building the softening beam so I can get some leather. I mean, I've got 5 nails in total and 2 of these are about to get used. Let's put it right there. Now what I need is a flashing tool, and luckily we have 1 bone that we got off of that rabbit. I can research it as well. That gave me forge flashing tool. Let's go. In any case, I can now remove the flesh from this leather, and then I can remove the fur as well. And I have a small crude hide. And that can be further tanned in a tanning barrel, but I need to sculpt a bowl for that, for which I would need clay tools and such. Now to make a tannin barrel, I'll need 2 nails, and I still have 2 extra nails. In fact, I have 3, but I also need a pottery wheel for which I would need 4 nails, so that's 6 in total, and I only have 3. Besides, for the stone wheel and the small stone wheel, I need knapping level 5, which is very much doable, but nails are still a problem. So let's start with things I can actually make, like a trouble. I can use this trouble and all this clay that I've got to actually build an advanced kiln. In here I can fire a clay ball, and that would give me a proper bowl so I can then do the whole tanning thing. The problem here is gonna be a lighter. I'll have to find one. Actually, lit candle can be used. You know what? When I was actually scavenging around that place for trash, around the lake house, I did find a candle, but I left it behind. I was like, I don't really need that. Apparently, I did need that. Also, I'm gonna build this, because it's just, you know what? It just looks cool. I know this is probably not the best idea, but you know what? I'm gonna beeline it back there, and I'm gonna see if that candle still exists. Zombies definitely exist. This is the candle. This is not the candle I found last time, but it's a new one. The last time was like over here. In any case, this is great though. I'd say I got pretty lucky, because the other candle does not exist anymore, but there's a lot more zombies here than there were before, and I do not intend to fight them right now. I'm just gonna grab whatever I can and then leave. Still do not have enough nails to actually be able to make the pottery wheel to make the bowl. Also, this guy had a leather jacket, which is huge. Now, if we could just find the right trash, that would be amazing. I'm still looking for like a spoon or scrap metal or something like that. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna break my rule that I'm not allowed to go inside of a house. But sometimes a man's gotta do what a man does. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna dismantle this stable. First though, just need to throw this thing away. And I noticed that I only need a hammer for this, so I am hammering away. Failed to produce any usable materials. Well, that's what I get for not following my own rules. I can also disassemble this bench. Come on, give me just one nail. It did give me one nail. Holy shit, that's huge. For the rest of the stuff in here though, I do need a hacksaw or something like that. You know what? Sometimes rules were made to be broken. And I'm breaking in. Nails are just such a cock blocker that, yeah, I do have to break some rules. And I did not get lucky this time around, unfortunately. And no nails either. There are more houses here, though. More rules to be broken. By the way, I have no idea why you can break this table without a hacksaw, but not a chair. Not really consistent, but hey, who am I to judge? Maybe this house is gonna be slightly luckier. Yes, we got one more nail. Let's go. Big, big, big. Also, Mr. Wild Guy is very claustrophobic. He does not appreciate being in here. The panic is, yeah, it's at an end. Which also means that whenever I can actually build my house up, it's gonna have to be big so it doesn't trigger it. Which is gonna be tough if I fail to find any nails. No nails here either. And I believe this is the last house over here. There's actually a bunch of zombies around, so I have to be very quiet and careful because I do not want to be dealing with them. I see nails. Let's go. That's another set of nails, and this is the last bench. I got 4 out of all of these houses. Love to see it. As for you guys, screw you, I'm going home. We're gonna celebrate all the nails I found with cooking some more good food. Fortunately, a lot of these cuts are going stale, so I'm just gonna have to nom 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 them. Who cares if life seems hopeless? Food is all we need. I was trying to do something. You know how I got this candle, right? I don't think there's a way to light it on the campfire, which is ridiculously stupid. Like, looking at this, you can only light it with various lighters. Yeah, I mean, come on, game. Yeah, there's still some issues around here, I'd say. But I shouldn't complain too much because I can build that tanning barrel now. So now, I just need a bowl of brain tan and I'll be able to tan this letter. And while I do have animal brain, the next block is that napping level 5 for the stone wheels. So now I definitely know what I have to focus on next. No longer were there any ifs and buts and nots. The napping grind had to happen. I wasn't particularly looking forward to it, but with enough food to keep me going for the next couple of days, I could fully focus on smashing rocks together, Unga Bunga style, and ignore everything else. Beside nails, it was pretty much the last hurdle I had to cross before the end game of wilderness survival would open up ahead. Not gonna lie, I was kinda looking forward to that, but first I needed a lot more flintstones. Actually, first what I gotta do is I have to craft a lot more twine. That's what I need. Luckily, hemp dogbane is something I can quite easily find these days, so this really isn't a problem. And I can just now turn all the sharp flint flakes that I still got, I think I have like 13 or so, into more flint axes. And when I say flint axes, I mean flint saws. Besides the large stone axe heads, these are the best XP, and since I do have a bunch of flintstones, let's just make them. I'm 2/3 into napping level 5, which means that I just need to find like 6 or 7 of these large flat stones, and that's gonna be all I need. And these large stone heads are gonna definitely come in handy in the future, especially when I try to build more of the log walls. Also, on my travels, I noticed that my crafted burlap long dress now has a hole. That won't do. Let's craft a new one. But with a fresh dress, I can continue the hunt for flat stones and go back to smashing them. After this one, I need just one more, and I have found it. Of course, after I'm done napping this one, I'm gonna need more of these large flat stones, but that's fine, because that's a level up. Finally, level 5. Well, first things first, I need another flint flake, so I can make that stone drill. Guess we're gonna be searching for that next. But I also want to take this bad boy back home with me, because at level 5, I can now nap a stone maul head, carve a large handle, and then I can use the twine to make a stone maul. That is basically like a sledgehammer, and I should be able to use that maul goal to smash the flint deposits and get more flint stones. And I know I've seen a couple of those flint deposits up here somewhere. Oh, there's a zombie there. The problem is I don't remember exactly where it was. And just make sure to take care of any of the zombies out in the forest. Oh, they're in the trees. I didn't see this one. Luckily, they didn't see me either. In hindsight, I should have probably mark the flint on my map, shouldn't I? These are definitely not the easiest to spot, but the zombies are now spotting me. And there's more and more coming from the trees, which means that exploring this area is getting slightly dangerous. And the bastards even broke my spear. I must have remembered completely wrong when this where these stones were. But there's like a nice group of zombies coming in here now. You know what? I have no weapon. I'm going away. I'll find some flint a different way. Ooh, I also level up foraging, finding this caterpillar. You know what that means? That means I am now level 10. The first skill max. Probably the only one ever. Now you would think that finding that like just one flint flake would be easy. Alas, apparently it is definitely not. Even found a dead bird before that. Oh, I leveled up trapping while checking my traps. That's up to trapping level 3 now. Another candle. You know what, I'll take this one, because technically that's what we need to start a fire, right? I have also found some zombies over here. Oh, I did level up my spear, hell yeah, that's good. The first combat skill in the books. I'm also gonna take my time. I'm gonna break into this house. And the main reason to do that is because I actually saw that I can disassemble this bed. Screw it, I need knives. I am breaking all my rules. 3 nails, I'm taking that. I'm not taking anything else. I'm also going in here, not stealing anything. Don't worry about it, but I'm disassembling this table because I only need a hammer for it. 1 nail, I will gladly take that. The rest I can't destroy, so let's go. Back to trying to find stones. Ah, thankfully, I knew they should be plentiful here. I'm getting overloaded already, and I'm just gonna go home with these flints. And then I can finally make a stone drill. I'll make 2. I'm also gonna take the smooth flat stone I brought back home and realize that I actually need masonry level 2 for the stone wheels instead of napping level 5. How did I miss that? Never mind then. Instead, I'm gonna take 3 of these bone pieces and I'm gonna carve 3 large bone beads. I'm gonna grab some thread from these rags and weave some burlap from hemp. And that should be all I need to sew an actual shirt. Let's go. That's gonna be decent tailoring XP as well. And I have a proper crafted shirt that I can now wear. Oh, this replaces the dress? That's bullshit. I guess I can wear the shirt with the skirt probably. Let's see how this looks. Well, pretty much exactly the same. I was so excited to have a shirt under a dress, but I guess none of that. Now luckily I did start with 1 level in masonry, so all I really need is a stone chisel and a bunch of stones. And then I can start making stone blocks. No idea how much XP I get for 1, but we'll see soon. The answer is 26. Actually that's pretty good, which means I need 5 more stones for a level up. Let's go find them. Actually, stones should be decently easy to find, just like this. I believe this should be the last one I need. Let's go chisel some stones then. And there it is, masonry level up. Now I can make the stone wheels. I just need to go grab some large stones, which is a pain because they are like 40 kilos each. But I did find some in the forest and I put a marker over here just to know where they were. I know I'll be killing myself doing this, but it be like that sometimes. Let's go grab the second one as well. Yeah, after this I deserve some proper rest. I have made the small stone wheel, now I just need to make a large one, which gives me decent masonry XP as well. And this thing is very heavy. The next thing, I need a bunch of planks. I've got one, and if I can find a couple more large branches, I can carve a couple more. Not only can I carve them, I can also saw them for a plank. I'm gonna try this, and I want to see if this is gonna give me some extra carpentry XP. I think it does, yeah, that's always useful. Now, all I need is grab 4 nails, and I can go build that pottery wheel. Well, that is a thing of beauty. Here, I can finally go and I can sculpt that bowl that I wanted. I just need some water. I need the clay. And now I can go sculpting. Let's go. That is the first of its kind. Now I can fire that clay ball if I had a lit candle. Of course, lighting a candle on a campfire is too much to ask, but I have an idea what to do. But first, I want to tidy it up a bit here, and I'm gonna build another storage, just so I can store all these million saws and such. With that done, I'm gonna return to the nearby houses quickly. And the main reason for that is that when I was disassembling stuff inside of these houses last time, I remember seeing a disposable lighter in one of these drawers. I don't remember where that was, but I remember it. Also, there's a matchbook. I guess I can use the matchbook to light a candle. I'm not gonna use it to ever light a fire, but I can light a candle with it. I'm gonna try doing that now. Now, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, I can actually light a candle with the matchbook, and I can use the lit candle to fire my bowl. Let's do it. There it is. We have an empty bowl. Now I need some liquid in here, I think, and I can make a bowl of brain tan. Now where's that hide of mine? I can now tan the leather. Oh, I love this process. We're getting somewhere. You love to see it. Now all I need is a drying rack. I need 4 long sticks, I need some twine, I can use the flint saw, and I need 1 nail. Also, I can use the empty bowl that we have now to make small bird salad. So delicious. Now, I cannot imagine that in this weather, the leather is going to be drying fast, but I'm going to give it a try, of course. This is indeed quite small. I'm going to build it right there. There we go. There's my letter. It's gonna take a week. I guess that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully the rain isn't gonna ruin the whole process. We'll see. But there it is. We're drawing our first piece of leather. By the way, I might get lucky and have another piece tomorrow, because I found a bell pepper in the forest, and with the bell pepper I trapped the trap. I should probably say that I baited the trap, but you get the idea. And speaking of bait, I'm gonna make a couple more stick traps because my other ones broke. Oh, my big trap has caught something. Let's see what it is. It's not a rabbit. It's a baby rabbit, unfortunately, but it's a rabbit nonetheless. Sorry, buddy, you gotta die. By the way, that drying rack isn't looking so pretty now, is it? Because, well, it's wet. Frick. I need a roof over this somehow. And for that, I'm gonna need logs. So let's grab some stone axes then. The first axe is probably gonna break while chopping this. Actually, it didn't. That's lovely. It didn't even break on the second one. Damn, I thought the handle condition was bad. It wasn't that bad, apparently. Now I've got enough resources to build log stairs. I added them here, and yes, I realized this is not above that drying rack, but I'm ready to sacrifice 1 extra nail and build this roof over here. Now that should be above that drying rack, and I'm actually gonna go and I'm gonna build another drying rack right next to this one, and that should be underneath as well. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna process the rabbit hide that I got from the little rabbit today. I hope that this one is gonna have more luck drying here than the other one. Oh yeah, now the first one is going much better. Let's go. We're gonna have 2 going at the same time. All these 2 hides slowly dry. My next goal is gonna be to get tailoring to level 3, which shouldn't be that hard with all the rags that the zombies are leaving behind. Also, this is the biggest fish we caught, 21 centimeter now. Well, I was just doing some foraging pretty decently close to my base, and I'm running into more and more zombies. Looks like their migration is in full swing now. I mean, that's fine with me because I do need their clothing for tailoring purposes, so I'm happy to kill them. Besides, this one actually had a leather coat. That's huge! The leather strips are amazing. I'm now gonna go and I'm gonna wash all the rags that I got from the Zeds. I didn't bring all of them back, unfortunately. But those that I have, I can use for some tailoring XP. I also wanted to check if I can use the denim strips that I've got to add some padding. And I wonder if that's gonna give me any tailoring XP. Like in the past it did, but now I don't see it happen. It does provide a little bit of extra defense, so I could definitely do this. But since I do wanna level up tailoring, I'm not gonna do that quite yet. Instead, I'm gonna use the denim to do some crafting. And then I'm gonna go grab some more rags, wash those rags, and keep on crafting. This should be the last one, and there it is. Tailoring level 3. Of course, my leather isn't nearly done yet, but at least it's not getting wet anymore. Now with that done, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna craft a couple of pieces. Some of them I could have crafted before. Some of them I'm gonna have to learn how to craft anew. I'm gonna use 2 of my precious leather strips and I'm gonna carve a wooden mask. Now I doubt I can actually wear this with, yeah, the head wrap, but the protection is actually really good. And oh my god, my hair is so long. I'm also gonna use a couple of bone pieces that I've got to make this bone pectoral, which is actually both tailoring and carving XP. And I can wear it over my clothing. Look at that, some extra protection. Actually, quite a lot of protection, very nice. Truth be told, right now I cannot look at my haircut. I'm gonna have to replace that wooden mask. I know this is great protection, but come on. Today I also caught the biggest fish so far. Look at this giant! Medium sauger, 22 centimeters. Damn dude. Fishing is paying off. I need to make a couple more of these burlap pieces. Then I need some extra thread. And then I can actually sew pants, for which I needed tailoring level 3. And I actually look like a normal human being now. Now whenever we actually get our leather, I think I want to make like a hide hat if I can. It's not going to be anytime soon though. So for now, I want to do more scavenging, and finding a bone is actually really good, because with that I can actually make a bone war hatchet head and make a war hatchet. That seems pretty good to me, to be honest. I found another bell pepper. That means I can bait rabbits or squirrels. Well, I guess I'm not going to be baiting any rabbits today because somebody evil broke my trap. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna remake my traps. Should be pretty easy. These better not get wrecked when I come back tomorrow. And there better be a rabbit waiting for me. Something was caught. Let's see. It's a squirrel. I'll take the squirrel, even though we do not get any leather from it, but I'll take it. Since I do have a nice stack of rags right now, I'm actually gonna do a bit more tailoring training. And even though I do not get much XP for making a rag bandana, it only uses 2 rags, so it's decently cheap. I would have to make like 70 of them though for the next level of tailoring, so it might take a while. Also, I took some time to wash myself, and for the first time, I am fully clean. All of my clothes are also clean. And apparently my denim hand wraps, again, have a hole. You know what? We're gonna making them out of leather strips. I have a couple of extra, let's do it. Hopefully these leather strip hand wraps are gonna last me a bit longer. And they are better protection than the ones before anyway. Oh yeah, starting to look pretty good already. My leather is over halfway done now, so less than 3 days remaining on these pieces. Oh. Iron scrap. I think this might be what I needed. Nope. Fucking hell. It still isn't. But I actually use it to, like, make blacksmithing stuff. So, you know what? Not gonna say no to it. But let's be real, I wasn't going here to find iron scrap and wild cucumbers. I came here on the beach because I can grab sand now. I have a sack, I have a shovel. Let's grab sand. That's 1 full sack of sand. And that is me being completely overloaded. Let's go back home again. Oh, this is great though. I just found a dead rabbit on the ground. It's a stale rabbit. But I hope I can get leather from it. That'll be awesome. Oh no, the rabbit rotted by the time I got home. Oh, that is so shitty. I hate that. That is such a waste. Now with the bucket of water, a sack of sand and some clay, I can mix clay cement. Then I'm taking my stone maul and I'm breaking this large stone into some smaller ones. And then I'm bringing one of these big giant boulders back home. My back hurts in real life just watching him do this. And I'm gonna make that large stone into a stone anvil. Yeah, we're getting closer to blacksmithing now. That thing is still very heavy. But it's now gonna allow me to build a primitive forge if I combine the anvil, a bunch of stones, and the carved bucket of clay cement. There it is. My very own primitive forge where I can actually do some forging. Haha. There aren't many things that I could actually do, but if I can find some like iron bar quarters or something like that, or maybe break some like metal blades that I can find on zombies, then I could potentially make something. But I think we are still quite far away from that. With less than 2 days remaining on my leather drying process, I wanted more leather to keep it going forward. Alas, with the only rabbit being that little rotten thing, I was kinda lacking there. While I had snare traps ready to go, I didn't have the right bait to catch rabbits. So I had a brilliant idea to go on a long adventure and see if I can find said bait on the farm fields to the northwest of the gas station. I knew the trip would be dangerous and it would be lengthy, but if I could find some cord corn or maybe cabbage, then it would be well worth it. Of course, just getting to the gas station, I am already drowsy, but being out here in the fields is where I wanted to be. And I'm gonna be searching for crops. And I found broccoli. I have no idea if rabbits like broccoli, but I think they do like potatoes. Oh, great. I scratched my thigh jumping over this fence, and I do not have a rag on me, do I? Also, this ruined my new pants. Oh my god, you useless shit, you. Also, actually, no, I think radish is good, so maybe not so useless shit. Let's go see if there's any like zombies around here. I think there's a house further up north I can kill. Absolutely unnecessary to ruin perfectly good pants like this. I need your rags, please. I guess for now, dirty will have to do. But maybe this lady's gonna give me something cleaner. Oh, she has a leather coat. Yo, that's great. Definitely want that. Alas, there is another lady here as well. Oh, there's more than just one lady. I'm waiting for the zombies to break down this door, because that might give me some nails. And while they work on that, I noticed this picnic table I can actually disassemble just using my hammer, so I'm gonna do that. And that actually gave me 2 nails. Oh, that's amazing. One of the zombies did make it outside via a window here, and I have a feeling that more of them might be coming. Now let's see if these guys produce me any nails here. Nope, they did not. Fine then. I'm gonna be making it back towards home now with my dirty bandage, because I have to go rebuild and recraft my pants. And of course I'm gonna see if I can find some extra crops along the way. I did find a tomato. I think tomato is good as well. I think I can catch something with tomato. I made it back home. I'm gonna take my sterilized rags and I'm gonna replace the crappy dirty bandage I've got now. Yeah, that wound already got infected, so the sterilized bandage hopefully should keep it going. Did get dirty by the morning, but my wound is fine now. Let's go. Now let's grab all the delicious stuff that I've got and let's see if I can bait some rabbits. Now, let's go fix these crappy pants. I'm gonna need 3 burlap pieces again, and I need to pick some more thread from these rags, and then we can craft. And I swear to god, if you rip this open in a stupid way again, I'm gonna be slightly upset. I'm gonna be combining this fish with rabbit tomorrow morning. Okay, maybe I won't, because it looks tiny. The moment of truth. Both traps have been sprung. Let's see what we got. Oh, he's a thing of beauty. A baby raccoon. I'm so sorry, baby raccoon, but I have to eat you. Now the other one was a female rabbit. Again, sorry, I have to kill you. Maybe one day I can make a pen and get my own rabbits. That day is not today. Now thankfully I still have a potato and a tomato, so I can rebait both of these and hope that I get something good tomorrow. Now in the meantime, these should be done. Oh yes, I have a nice small letter. That is 2 pieces. Perfection. Now before we do anything else, let's go butcher the rabbits. Actually, this prime cut 71 hunger. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I actually got 4 animal bones out of that besides the pieces. This rabbit has been amazing. Now the raccoon is a baby, so we're probably not gonna get as much out of it. 4 pieces of rodent meat. Not much hunger, but it's better than nothing. Now the raccoon leather I'm actually gonna leave 3rd because I saw that I can make a raccoon hat at tailoring level 4, and I totally want to do that. And also looking at this hide tank top, I do need that one 3rd as well. It can't be crude, at least I do not see it as crude, so I'm gonna leave the rabbit one as well. So let's tan the leather then, and let's get some furry leather output out here. It's nice and warm right now as well, so it's drying faster. Now let's grab one of my new small leathers, and I want to make that hide hat. Hell yeah, I know we're getting a furry hat eventually, but I feel like that's gonna be more winter equipment. This one looks like one that could protect us from rain a bit. Oh yes, this looks amazing. I love it. And I can even wear the wood mask with this hat. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna cut this silly haircut though. I don't want hair this long. There we go. That is much better. Now, looking at that other piece of leather that I still have, unfortunately, I cannot really craft much out of it. And the main reason for that is because a lot of these better pieces that maybe potentially I could craft require sinew thread or an aramid thread, which I can't get. I think I can get sinew from larger animals, but of course I cannot trap larger animals. I would have to actually find them. So for now, I think I'm gonna save it and see if I can get my hands on some thread somehow. By the way, eating all of these rabbit salads and such, finally, I'm gaining weight again. And yes, I got all the way down to 62 already. Very low weight. To be honest, since I have found that stir fry, I managed to ping pong the weight around like 65-ish. Recently I dropped a bit more, but now I'm gaining it up with how much I can eat. Now this is a sad sight though. Looks like this trap has been ruined already after catching like 1 rabbit in total. Oh, ain't that a shame. Clearly, I'm gonna have to go, and I'm gonna have to grab some more crops from those fields. Those were actually really great and useful. But in crazy rain like this, yeah, not today. I think today is the day I do some work around the house and eat a lot of food. I also want to build more stuff, like a primitive furnace that I can do with my bucket of clay cement. This is a tiny thing, but we can do some stuff over here, like extract iron bloom. I don't even know how to find iron ore out here, but if I can find like iron items on zombies or something like that, like iron bars, basic stuff like that, I can smelt it over here and I can get iron chunks. I can make simple wooden tongs to use over here. I can get charcoal from a charcoal burning pit or something. I think I can make this crucible over there in my kiln. I do need to have pottery level 1 though first before I can make that crucible, but that shouldn't be that hard to do, right? Making that 1 bowl got me like almost 5 XP, so just need to make a couple more, and yeah, that should be doable. There's clay aplenty around here. I did say that I'm gonna need charcoal though. That one should probably be a bit outside of the base, so maybe somewhere over here. And over here I can then burn wood into charcoal. From 2 logs I get 12 wood charcoal. Actually, that's actually pretty good. It's gonna take 20 seconds to put this in here. Is that all I need, really? Wow, yeah, that was insanely fast. Okay, I have 12 wood charcoal now, and I didn't even need to like use a fire or anything like that. And there's one more building I want to build, and I'm gonna have to use all of my nails for it. Let's go and let's make some planks, and then I can go build hand-operated press. Now this beautiful thing is part of the pottery process, and here I'll be eventually able to make a blacksmith anvil mold out of clay, and also this mold that I'm actually gonna need to craft with more nails that I do not have yet. So I guess getting nails is gonna be my next goal once again. I mean, not that I can do any blacksmithing, not that I can actually use that anvil, but you know, it's there. But again, in this kind of rain, I don't think I want to be going out there looking for nails. It's just too crazy. In a weather like this, I don't think I'm gonna be adventuring today at all. I'm just gonna continue nom-nomming on my food, gaining that weight nicely. I'm gonna do some more work around the house. First I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab a couple more stones, and then I'm gonna chisel those stones into stone blocks. And combining with my clay cement and a wooden shovel, I can now make a fire pit. An actual proper fire pit. Now I would prefer if all of this crap wasn't here on the ground. I'm gonna build another crude wooden bookcase right here, and I can try filling that up with all the small handles we've got. Not even close. Not even close. I'm also gonna go chop down a tree just to keep warm, you know? Breaking my axe in the process, apparently. Luckily, I got plenty more where that came from. And with the logs that I got, I can build a couple more pieces of wall frame, making my base look slightly more complete. Also remove the fireplace over here, which gives me extra space to build more furniture, and clean up even more of these handles. Now in preparation of what I want to do next, I'm gonna fire harden a couple of extra spears. 5 in total. I will take that. I'm gonna also build some more storage and clean up more of the small handles. These are my main fire material these days anyway. Then I'm gonna do quickly some carving, and I'm gonna carve a couple of wooden rods that I need, because I can use these rods and some leather strips to make wooden forearm armor. I could also make shin armor, but I think for now I'm just gonna make 2 forearm armors, and that's gonna be it. It gives me some tailoring and carving XP as well. And I can even research a recipe from this. Very nice. Bone forearm armor. Okay, that's gonna be useful. We're gonna wear both of these. Oh, I can't wear a digital watch with that. Oh, that's such a shitty move. Let's see. It does look really cool. Okay, well, definitely the left one I'm gonna be wearing whenever I go into combat. But for now, watch is gonna be more important. Well, everything is prepared. Everything is ready. I'm going on an adventure. And this time I'm gonna go further than ever before. This is where I explored previously, searching for vegetables and shit. I'm gonna go further up here, and I'm gonna search for animals. I want to find some cattle, or sheep, or pigs, or anything like that. Basically, August is ending, so I'm gonna need some larger clothing pieces if I'm to survive into autumn and then winter and not freeze to death. And to make those larger and bigger and better clothing pieces, I need medium and large leather. And I can only get that from, well, medium or large animals. As a primitive, of course, I cannot use guns, so there would be no hunting of deer or anything like that, which basically leaves farm animals as the only option. I made it to a house where I've not been before, seems pretty empty, and I cannot leave this place be without using my hammer to dismantle some stuff that I can. Hell yeah, that's some free nails. The place is not unoccupied, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. But luckily there isn't many of these Zeds here. Now there are some more zombies out here in the fields. I don't necessarily want to fight them, so as long as they don't go after me, I am all good. Now there's another fenced in area, just gotta be careful not to rip my pants again. I wanted to go check this barn. There doesn't seem to be any animals around, unfortunately. Nope, just zombies. I'm not gonna give up that easily. I'm gonna keep on moving. And even though this is gonna mean that I'm gonna have to be moving around in the dark, today's the day for adventures. It doesn't look like those adventures are paying off yet. This seems empty as well. Oh, maybe not? Maybe not. There is a cow. There's more than one cow at that. There's apparently 4 cows in here. A bull as well. Don't really want to go close to a bull, because that thing might murder me. Let's see if I can pet this little cow. There you go. Ah, that's why they were upset. There's a zombie there. That zombie's got something stuck in her. Or him, you know, it's zombie apocalypse, I do not judge. But maybe this one's got something for me. Now, there's a Holstein bull and 2 cows, and then there's also a Simmental cow. I mean, that one seems like an odd one out, right? What if we go and we murder it? Can I even butcher it on the ground? I have no idea. But I would have to try. First though, maybe take out zombies. Because these guys are gonna piss off my animals in any way. Alright, there doesn't seem to be any more around here. I really didn't want to do this, but if I want to survive, I kind of have to do it. Yeah, that felt awful. So I will get no leather without butcher's hook? That is such a shitty thing. I'll still butcher this animal, just see what I can get. Did level up my butchering. I got a bunch of meat, which is cool, but not what I wanted. I did get animal sinew though. That is gonna be huge. I'm also gonna get some extra bones from the skeleton, of course. So I'm gonna have to leave those bones behind and be sad that I can't really do anything with these cows. I could bring them home technically, but on foot that would be quite the trip with a cow in hand. I would also have to build a pen first. I did get some nails from this bench. Oh, I got some more nails from this plastic bench over here. I'm also gonna risk disassembling this, even though it's getting very dark in here, and if a zombie comes at me, this is gonna be scary. It was worth it though. Let's go. Now, it is past 10 p.m. I am ridiculously tired already. So let's be real, not much is gonna change if I continue going. I don't want to sleep on the ground in the middle of nowhere anyway. And I want to go check this field here as well. Which besides that one zombie, it seems to be empty, but there's another field there. Gonna check that out as well. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any animals here. Anyway, all is empty, besides zombies. Also, it's pretty clear that the power is out already, if you didn't figure that out. Oh, they broke this. Let's see if there's a nail here. There is no nails. But I'll take apart this plastic table, see if I can get some more. Oh, yes, I can. 2 nails, let's go. But a small plastic table, you can't. For that one, you do need a saw. This is silly. Well, in any case, I cannot complain too much. I have realized that I definitely need that hook. I did get 9 nails, which is kind of huge. And I now also know where to find more cows whenever I need them. I'm gonna think about building a pen for them. But of course, that's gonna have to be a very long-term project. Well, it's 6 a.m. and I'm finally home. I'm not gonna go to sleep now, even though, of course, my dude is ridiculously tired. I don't want to screw up my sleeping schedule. So I'm just gonna do some work around the house and make some beef stir fry, since we got a lot of cow meat now. And the nutrition value on this beef stir fry is 104. Yeah, we're gonna feast now for a while. Look at that weight going up to 65 now. 65. We are now low weight only. Let's go. We might end up freezing to death when autumn or winter comes, but not gonna do it hungry. I'm also gonna take the sinew that we found, and I'm gonna make some sinew thread out of that. You get so little out of it. I think that's like 1 use though. But you know what? I'm actually gonna use one of these threads, and I'm actually gonna craft a proper belt. I have a buckle. I need to use 1 thread, 2 leather strips, and just resources, and we're gonna make a proper belt. 20 tailoring XP as well, worth it. I can wear it. Replace the robe belt, and I can have 2 tools. Let's go! That, I'd say, it's a huge upgrade. And I can get the robe back, which of course I can then use to rope the cows and eventually bring them over here. Next thing I want to do is I want to smash apart the cow skull we got. Yeah, I brought that thing back. Mainly because it's gonna give me jawbones. And now I can make a jawbone axe and a jawbone club. Right now I don't have any extra leather strips, so I'm not gonna be making that, but those are gonna be some cool ass weapons. I also noticed that my burlap shirt has been ripped apparently, so I'm gonna have to go and remake that. Well, at least I have a clean shirt now. Like a different person altogether. The whole butcher's hook problem was disheartening, to say the least. Yes, I could make it at level 1 blacksmithing, but for that I'd need to gather a lot of pieces of iron and smelt them to grind at 1 level. Alas, from the little research I did, it seemed like iron ore was non-existent in Kentucky as of build 42, so I'd have to smelt down tools, pipes, and bars, which again means looting warehouses or convincing zombies to break down chain link fences for me, as welding was quite an unwildernessy thing, to be honest. In short, there was a conundrum here, but one I was adamant to solve. Yep, I'm going back to civilization. I am breaking my no looting rule. I'm just gonna try to find iron pieces. I'm pretty sure I can smelt a fishing hook, so I'm gonna take that. I wonder if I can smelt a frying pan. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna basically try. And same with griddle pan. I'm gonna check it out. There's no way there'd be zombies down here, right? I don't really have a light source, but this seems like a place that could have some tools that I might be able to smelt. No idea if I can smelt a pipe wrench. We're gonna try. Oh, I know I can do something with steel rods. Oh, my inventory is full, so I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna test this out. Actually, before I go back home, I'm gonna go after these couple of zombies. I've been seeing them on the road over here recently, so I wanna kind of clear them out, so they're not going towards my base. Alright, it seems like most of the items that I brought back I can smelt. I can't smelt the pipe wrench. For that one I actually need an advanced furnace. And same for the tire iron. But so it seems that stuff like frying pan and griddle pan and pipe wrench and such, I actually need advanced furnace to smelt. So these things I'm gonna throw over here. But iron pipes and bars, I can. For now though, let's just grab our wooden tongs. And remember that I do need the large ceramic crucible. I knew about this. Right, I need pottery level 1 first. Thankfully, clay is pretty abundant, so I'm gonna be working on that then. I'm gonna make mortar and pestle first. I need that anyway, because with that I can make some poultices from the herbs I can find out there in the wild. 4.9 pottery XP. Yeah, I'll have to do a lot of these, won't I? I'm gonna make a mug next, because that uses least clay, and if that gives me the same XP, well, we're just gonna keep on working on that. Yeah, that was 4.9 as well. And I'm very close to level 1, but I ran out of clay now. So let's grab that spade. I'm gonna go find some clay. I think there was some... Oh, I think I see it down there. I don't know if you need sack for this or not. It does look like you do. Let's then saw a sack and let's go see if that's gonna work. Oh yeah, that definitely works. Okay. That's lovely. Full sack of clay. I get 8 pieces out of that. Okay, that's really nice. Let's make a couple of last mugs then. There it is. Pottery level 1. And sculpting that a large clay crucible isn't hard. Just need some sand and even more clay. But I can light my candle that I still got, and then I can craft that crucible. Perfect. Okay. I can fill it up with something, but I don't think I need to right now. Holy shit. I can actually do it. I can actually do some blacksmithing, or I guess smelting. I can get 3 iron chunks out of this iron pipe. Anything else? nothing else. The question is, how much blacksmithing XP do I get for this? Okay, so smelting, no blacksmithing XP, but I got 3 iron chunks out of that, and my wooden tongs broke. So let's go carve new ones, and then I can actually do it. I can actually do some crafting. Holy shit. I'm gonna go craft half of an iron bar. The sound of blacksmithing is beautiful. You'll love to see it. And that gave me 3.3 blacksmithing XP. Broke my tongs again, but I do have half of an iron bar. Clearly I should be leveling up carving through tongs, because apparently I'm gonna need a lot of them. Oh, I can actually smelt the halfsies bar and get 2 chunks back? Well, then I can just redo this constantly and I'll be able to level up. Okay, let's go. What a boring process. What can I say? Lots of charcoal is gonna be needed and lots of simple tongues. Oh, I'm already out of charcoal now. I thought charcoal making was easy, but I guess I'm gonna need a million of it. So I guess we're gonna do some chopping then. Let's get some charcoal. While it's fun to constantly smell the same thing, I am gonna actually go try and see if I can find a couple more items, because I know there have been a couple down here that I think like a spade I can also smelt. And since I'm over here already, I'm gonna do some more crop search, just in case I can maybe catch another rabbit. Just don't scratch your pants, please. Apple will do, definitely with a cabbage. Yes, huge. Well, this is already an amazing find. I'm also gonna go check up here, because I know there's been some houses over here and sheds, if I can find some like iron rods or bars. Oh, I can also dismantle these simple tables. Let's see if I can get some nails. Yep, let's go. I see there's an iron pipe here. Crowbar, I would need an advanced furnace, but leaf rake I can smelt. Let's check if I can find something else in here and then we go home. Apparently this is full of books. Well, unfortunately I cannot read. Oh, but this house apparently I haven't checked yet, because I see a plastic table I can dismantle there. I was here before though, and I've dismantled a bunch of stuff, but I have never checked this shed in the back. Oh, there is an occupant in there, and here as well. Perfect time to break that spear, isn't it? Thankfully I've got a nether. Let's put it to good use then. Found another iron pipe. That's really nice, and I'll totally get a bunch of nails from these tables. I got 2. I'll take that. One more shed to check. Yeah, it's nothing there. Alright, let's go home. It's very late in the day, but my haul has been great. The leather I am drying here is almost complete, so it's about time I play some traps. I can bait all 3 with just single cabbage. That's amazing. That leaves me with potatoes and apples still. Hopefully they will not go stale and I'll be able to use them again. Now with baiting done, let's smelt some shovels. Then we smelt some leaf rakes as well. And the iron pipes. Give me a total of 13 chunks. Let's go. First off, I'm gonna make another half bar with an amazing 3.3 XP. And then I'm gonna try the quarter bar as well, because that takes just 1 chunk. If that's the same XP, I'm gonna be doing these. Yeah, that is the same XP, so it definitely makes sense. The chunks I've got over here is gonna give me like 33 XP in blacksmithing, which is gonna bring me to 46 out of 75. Not even close. But in any case, I'm gonna need 10 of those tongs anyway, so I'll need a bunch of branches first. Mr. Wild Guy was so excited about the potential of catching some rabbits that he woke up at like 4 in the morning with some neck pain. Understandable. He does have to sleep on like basically bare wooden logs, but hey, at least our leather is now done. I'm gonna be using this rabbit leather to make a hide tank top. I don't know if I can actually wear this underneath the shirt that I've made, but it's basically pretty much the only thing I can craft with a small leather, so I'm gonna do it. It's also nice tailoring XP, which I'm gonna need if I were to sew the fur hat that I'm saving my raccoon leather for. I can use, I believe, yeah, I can use just thread there, but I need to be level 4. Oh yes, I can actually wear the tank top underneath the shirt. As I was hoping, that is extra layer of insulation on my chest. You'll love to see it. My apples and potatoes are still fresh, so let's go check out what got caught in the traps. Just one? Just one got triggered? Oh, that's sad, but I did get A proper raccoon, 15 kilo raccoon. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry I have to murder you. Let's rebait these with potatoes and apples. Then we do some butchering. That is a lot of rodent meat. The raccoon is drying now, and it's also cooking. With that done, I believe I need to go remove a bunch of bushes and grab like 10 branches. And then craft said branches into wooden tongs. I just noticed that from the bar quarters that I'm making here, I can then make a simple blade or an iron band. That's gonna be extra XP for me. Let's make the blade first. Just want to see how much XP I get. Probably 3.3 as well. Oh, 8.1. Oh, that's better. Let's see how much I get for the iron band then. That is 3.3 as well. So it would make sense to make a bunch of blades. Now the metal blade I got from this is blunt, of course. Let's see if I can use that primitive whetstone. Or improvised whetstone, I should say. That gave me some maintenance XP and fully sharpened this. And I can make this into a crude metal knife now. Or I guess a simple metal knife, which should be better than my stone knife. That's my first metal tool. Oh, the first metal tool I made myself. Let's go. With that blade in hand, let's see what we got here. It's another raccoon, a female this time around. Oh man, I could have started a farm of them. And maybe I will. One day. But that day is not today. Today is the day that raccoon goes on the drying rack. Now let's get back to blacksmithing then. Well, that's 20 broken wooden tongs. I think I need just 4 more and I'll be able to level up. Did I break my rule to not loot any places? Yes, I did in the process. And combine that with breaking the rule of not entering houses, because I wanted to get some nails from furniture. I'm starting to think that like full-on, fully primitive run is almost impossible in vanilla as it is right now. Now, let's go make a couple of these blades, shall we? That is the sound of me hitting blacksmithing level 1. Now technically, I could make nails, but I see I need a bunch of stuff for that. I can make a heading tool if I had a metalworking punch. I can make a punch, but I need improvised whetstone. Oh, I have that. I can make that. Let's go. Oh, wait. I can't make that. I don't have the recipe for it. I do have the recipe for the heading tool, but not for the punch. And I need the punch to make the heading tool. And I also need the punch to make the smithing hammerhead. I need to have a pierce chunk first, for which again I need the punch. Well, today we learned that if you want to go primitive, you really should start as a blacksmith. A blacksmithing knowledge would come in handy very much right now. I know that in the basement over here there's a bunch of tools. Maybe there's a punch over there as well that I could go and click on it and learn the recipe to make it. I'm gonna have to go on an adventure again, because otherwise I'm kind of stuck. There is something good in this as well though. The iron bar quartet I've got, combined with improvised whetstone and some twine, I can finally make that improvised screwdriver that I wanted to make for ages. That is another tool on the checklist. Let's go. And using that, I can finally put a good use to those worn screws that I found ages ago, and I can craft can-reinforced short weapon. Is it gonna be any good? I don't know, but it's an actual weapon. Yeah, the missing punch was quite the punch in the gut, and I once again cursed myself for not starting as a blacksmith. Alas, there were still ways to get where I needed going. I learned the recipes for all the other forgeables by researching bone or wooden tools I made by carving, so there had to be a way to learn how to make a punch as well, right? Also, getting to higher blacksmithing skill would unlock it automatically, but that would require a lot more grinding. Let's not forget why I wanted to learn blacksmithing in the first place though. It was the hook, and for that one, I needed no special tools. I did need something else though. So you see, to actually make this large hook, I do need a primitive forge, which I've got, but I need to make an iron bar. And to cast an iron bar, I'm gonna need a ceramic bar mold and some iron in a crucible, but also a simple or better furnace, which means this primitive furnace would not do. And simple furnace requires 40 stone blocks. Yeah, that's a lot. It's doable, yes, but also a lot. I think we can get those stones decently easy. I wanted to check what we got, and today it's a squirrel, so no leather for me. It is meat nonetheless though. Now before I do go hunt for more stones, I wanted actually to try doing something else. Since we've been catching so many rabbits and raccoons lately, what if I made a small pen? I can make crude wooden fences, or I can make log fences. Both are possible, and both will require me to chop down a bunch of trees, so of course this is going to be a very tiresome process, but maybe for the long-term survival, having your own pen with animals, yeah, that might be a good idea. Yep, there it is, excessive exertion. And now that I'm not breeding like crazy person anymore, let's try building a couple of these log fences. And I'm gonna do it over here in the back. Doesn't need to be big. Just need to be big enough for now to hold a couple of rabbits if we get rabbits or raccoons. Of course, I'm gonna have to also provide them with some wooden troughs. Which means I'm gonna have to use my precious nails for that. 2 nails each, and I'll have to build 1 for water and then 1 for food. So 4 nails. I got 14. Wow, I didn't even realize I had so many stored. That's good. Go chop down some more trees. Yeah, at least I'm not cold when doing this. That's great, right? This is looking better and better. But since I am completely exhausted now, let's grab my stone chisel. Apparently I can research something over here. I can make carpentry chisel with that. For which, of course, I need blacksmithing level 4, of course. In any case, I wanted to come over here and I wanted to start making some of the stone blocks that I'm gonna need. Oh, that leveled up my masonry. Damn, I'm masonry level 3 now. I didn't even realize. I do not think that unlocked anything new in the masonry. And now I just have to chop down 1 last tree and that's gonna be all I need. And since I did realize I have a bunch of extra nails, I'm gonna be fancy and I'm gonna use a couple of them. I'm also gonna use the door hinges and knobs that I brought back from one of the houses. We actually have a fence. We have a pen for animals. We just need animals now. They would probably need a roof and they would probably need some food. But you know what? The basics are there. Now let's see what we got over here. It's a female rabbit. You know what? That's gonna be our first rabbit. Let's go. For now, it's gonna have to live alone in here. So let's drop her. You're my little friend now. We're gonna assign this as a new rabbit zone. And while she is stressed, she's well fed and not thirsty right now. We're gonna rename her. She's gonna be Steve. Good girl, Steve. I cannot believe it, but primitive Mr. Wild Guy is not so primitive anymore, is he? Now let's make sure that our little Steve is not gonna starve. Now let's build a couple of these wooden troughs. I hate that he's glitching through the wall there, but I can move it at least, so there's that. We already have some grass cuttings over here, so I'm gonna throw these in here and that's gonna be food for now. There you go, Steve, you can drink that. Now I just need to find Steve somebody to bang. I'm also gonna put my stone maul to good use. Apparently I can research something from it. Forge club hammer head. In any case, what I wanted to do with it is break these large stones that I brought back home into more stones. That's 22 more stones to chisel, which means I'm just gonna need like 10 more. Oh my god, I just found carrots in the wild. I can bait stuff with these carrots. When I say stuff, I mean rabbits. There better be a rabbit waiting me in the morning here. Oh, the carrots paid off big. We got a buck, which means we now have male and a female. And we can have little baby rabbits. Maybe you can't hear the excitement in our voice because it's early morning when I'm recording this, but I'm very excited for this. We can now have 2 little Steves. Now, this one's gonna be Steve as well, of course. Now let's go break some more large stones so I can finally go chisel that furnace. I think this is gonna take a while. Wow, that's masonry level 4 already. Oh, my hammer broke in the process of making all this, and I realized I have no rags back at home, nor do I have any twine, so I guess that's what I'm looking for today. Luckily, I used to be killing zombies here on the road, so I can just grab rags from them. And there is plenty to rip apart. 37 rags? Yeah, that's pretty good. And since I already made it over here, I'm just gonna go over to the gas station, because I am pretty sure that down in the basement there was a chisel and a punch set. Yep, there it is. I can research this, well, if I had light, and that is gonna tell me how to make that frickin' punch. I also grabbed a wire. I'm gonna research that. That is also an item that I need for crafting higher level furnaces, but it's pretty hard to get. But I'm gonna throw it away because now I learned how to dismantle the fishing traps, which I do have 2 that I can then dismantle and get it this way. Is this a bit of a cheesy way to get to the recipes that I needed? Yes, probably it is, but if I actually want to achieve anything in these 100 days, I guess I do have to break some of the rules that I set at the start, rather than just rely on pure luck. I can now dismantle the 2 fishing nets that I've got over here, and I can get the wire from them. That will come in handy in the future. Now let's go remake that hammer and chisel the last 2 stone blocks that I need. Now let's see what we caught over here. That is another buck rabbit. You know what? We only need 1 male, so this one we're gonna eat. And this one was swamp male. The other one was Appalachian, I think. Oh no, this Steve is Cottontail, and the other Steve is Appalachian. I don't even know if they can crossbreed or not. I guess we'll see soon. But we have Appalachian female, so we do need an Appalachian male, I guess. Now, the real question is, where are we gonna put this simple furnace? Oh, it's not that big. I thought it might be bigger, but it's not. Gonna add it here, right next to the stairs up. And let's see what we can do here. Oh, look at that. We can make an anvil now. And, most importantly, we can cast that iron bar. Now first, I have to spend one of my precious nails to make a wooden bar cast mold. Then I'm gonna need some clay, and I can then press a bar mold. Oh, that animation is actually pretty cool. I like it. Then we stop pretending that I'm still following my own rules, and we go kill a bunch of these Zeds here, who have populated the beaches quite heavily now. But the main reason why I'm doing this is to steal more of their matches. Firing this up, requiring like matchbook or something like that, or a candle that you cannot light on a campfire, is just silly. But in any case, I do have the ceramic bar mold now. Now I just need to fill up my ceramic crucible with iron. It's gonna require more branches for the wooden tongs that I'm gonna ruin, and also plenty more charcoal. Well, I started the day with leveling up cooking up to level 4 now, and while I dip down in weight again, we're gaining it back up with all these birds and rabbits. Now let's grab my iron crucible. I'm gonna take one of the chunks as well, and then we're gonna smelt that so we can get that crucible with iron. Turns out we're gonna have to do that a couple more times, and now I actually have enough to cast that iron bar. Let's go, let's make it happen. I never thought I'd be so excited to make a basic iron bar, something that is really readily available usually in the game when you just play normally. Now all I need to do is to grab my improvised whetstone, and ladies and gentlemen, it can be done. I can forge a large hook. I never thought I'd see the day. We can now officially build a butcher's hook and go butcher a cow for some large leather. I still have enough nails, but I need a couple more planks, and now I've got everything. I think the smartest thing would be to build the butcher's hook all the way up there in the cow farm, because there's no way I can bring a bull from here to here without it basically murdering me in the process, so I'll have to butcher it there and take its leather. In preparation for that though, I'm gonna have to build a large drying rack. That's gonna take a bunch of sticks, some twine, and 2 more of my nails. And I think I'm gonna build it here. This is gonna have to be roofed as well at some point. But for that, I'm gonna need even more nails. For now, I can build 1 wooden floor above this. That's all I can spare for now. It's not much, but it's honest work. Now before I go to kill that bull, I just wanted to stockpile a bit more on food because it's gonna be a long road and I don't want to get hungry along the way. Oh, and I found some wild potatoes. Maybe I can bait some more rabbits and raccoons with that. Oh, I can definitely do it with this though. Just found a wild cabbage. I quickly went and I crafted a couple more snare traps. Let's see if this cabbage works. Holy shit, I just found another. All this is gonna be useful. In preparation, because I know there's gonna be plenty of rabbits here tomorrow, what I wanted to do is grab some more grass cuttings so I can feed my rabbits. Well, that was very easy work for like 56 more cuttings. That gives them way more nutrition than they had before. I'm also thinking that my end goal would be to extend this roughly like this, you know, make a giant pen and bring the female cows back here. Hopefully the bull already banged them, so they're pregnant. If not, that's gonna be a shame. Now let's see what we caught on this beautiful day 69. 3 of the traps have been sprung. That's pretty amazing. Let's check the first one. Oh, that is a female raccoon. I'm bringing it home. I have no idea if raccoons and rabbits can live together. We're probably gonna make like a special zone just for raccoons, but for now Steve the raccoon was gonna live with them. Let's see what the second one's got. Oh, that's a rabbit kitten, but it's a male one, Appalachian. We do have an Appalachian female, so maybe if this one grows up, it's gonna be able to bang the female. I don't know. Basically, it's going to the pen no matter what. Oh, but apparently the little Steve now cannot find its mother. Oh, that's sad. Or maybe we caught his mother here. No, that's a cottontail baby. That one is also not going to be able to find its mother, is it? I don't know the exact mechanics, how this work, if the babies will just starve or die if they can't find their mothers. So eventually we're gonna have to maybe eat them. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on their health and we'll see. Yeah guys, that is 5 animals in my rabbit zone now. Perfection. I just found another cabbage in the wild. You know what? Maybe the rabbit farm is how we survive the winter. Oh, I see that this raccoon letter is already ready. Perfect, because I do have one of those rabbit letters still that needs to be dried, and the other one still needs like 13 hours. Perfect, we're gonna have a bunch of small leather ready to go. In preparation of actually being able to craft better stuff, I do need to get my tailoring to level 4, so that I think is gonna be my next goal after I go for that bull. It's day 70, it's time, let's go get that bull. It's gonna be a long walk all the way over there, but thankfully the roads are clear of zombies, so it's gonna be easy traveling. Which means that eventually whenever I decide to bring back the 2 cows, roads being this clear is gonna make that whole process a lot easier. And the reason why I'm not gonna be trying to domesticate it is because, oh, bulls, they destroy everything, they ruin everything, and they will kill you. So unfortunately, this bull is gotta die. That is gonna upset the other cows as well. Cows, I'm just gonna open all these doors so you can safely eat and drink all the food. And I'm gonna build that butcher's hook right there. The big boy is gonna go here, and the first thing I'm gonna gather is gonna definitely be leather. Oh yeah, that's gonna be huge. I'm also gonna grab the head because we're gonna need the brains, of course. And finally, we gather all the meat. That's gonna be a lot of nutrition. And 10 sinew as well. This is huge. With 10 sinew, I can basically craft all the stuff that I need to stay warm over the winter. Plus, yeah, we got a lot of steaks and a lot of nice cuts. I'm also gonna grab the bones. Of course, I can't carry all of them with me. And that was also a level up in butchering, all the way up to level 4 now. Well, cows, I'm gonna let you enjoy all this free food over here. And one day, I'll be back for you. Well, that trip was definitely worth it. Let's make a bowl of brains first, so I can then remove the flesh from the hide. And again, we're gonna keep it furred, and then we throw it over here. This is also only gonna take a week. I was afraid that it might take longer, but this is great. Now I just need to provide the roof for it, but that should be decently easy. First though, I gotta go cook my steaks. That is so much food. We feast today, my friends. We feast. Then we check our traps. Definitely caught something here. It's a baby raccoon again. Oh, come on. Why always babies? Not gonna complain. Just gonna let it be. And this baby doesn't say it cannot find its mother, so maybe the Steve raccoon is his mother. Well, that's fortunate. Now I need to get some large branches so I can then saw them into planks and provide some roofing for my poor cow. Well, I got me to carpentry level 4 as well. Let's go. Which means my floors are now craftsman level. They do look stupid when there's no walls nearby though, so I'm gonna have to get some walls as well. But at least this should keep this leather drying rack nice and roofed. The next thing I want to do is make that sinew thread that we're gonna need, and combined with the one that I had saved from before, we now have plenty. So to make the hide pants, for which I'm going to be using half of the cow leather that I got, I'm going to need 3 sinew. And for the hide jacket, for which I'm going to be using the other half, I'm going to need 4, so that's 7, which leaves me with 4 extra. And I could use it to make a hide satchel. In any case, I do need to grind my tailoring to level 4 now, so I need like 400-ish more XP. And I guess I'm going to be putting these rags to good use again to do that. If I were to once again sew some rag bandanas, that gives me 10.4 XP, so I'm going to still need like to make 40 of them. And right now I can only make like 12, so that's not going to be good enough. But I can also use the denim strips I got to make some like improvised briefs out of that. And that is a bit more XP. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Time and a little bit of tailoring training was all that stood between Mr. Wild Guy and him being ready to survive the winter. The rabbit/raccoon farm was doing great, and I had plans to expand it in the future. The 2 lonely cows were the other piece of the puzzle, and I wanted to build a proper pen for them. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because first I needed to grab more rags for tailoring, which meant visiting my zombie neighbors again. My friendly neighbors are gonna deliver all I need to level up fully to level 4. They are really a nice bunch. And this one one even provided me with a leather coat. That's even better. And there's still some pieces around from my previous escapades. I think this will do for now. If I ever want more, well, I can just ask politely. Or not even that, they'll come to me. I also found a nice juicy cabbage on the way there, so let's see if we can bait some more rabbits. Now let's go make a couple more bananas. I had to go wash a bunch of these rags, so I can't really finish the tailoring today because it's gonna get too dark soon. But there is always the next day. That unlocks the hide jacket, the hide boots, and the fur hat. But before we do any of that, I want to go check out my traps, and 3 of them actually caught something. The first one is a female raccoon. You shall be my new Steve. The second one is a male cottontail. I'm pretty sure we already have a male cottontail, so this one we're gonna eat. And the third one is a baby again. Hopefully a mother is gonna adopt him. Now let's process the rabbit that we killed and let it dry. Update on the cow, it's 32% done. Getting there, 4 days, 16 hours right now. And I can once again cook some delicious salads. This is probably the most American salad ever. We got beef, we got rabbit. That's about it. That's salad. But it's a good way to gain some weight. Now, let's do some actual tailoring. I can make that raccoon hat at level 4. That's huge for insulation, wind resistance, and water resistance. And I look freaking cool. That stupid wooden mask, though, still looks kinda awful. I just noticed, if I could get to level 6 in tailoring, I could actually make leather gloves from the small leather that I've got still. It'd probably be better protection. Actually, I'm not sure. These hand wraps are pretty good for bite defense and scratch defense, and also all the resistances and installations. I can also use the raccoon leather I still have to make a hide fanny pack, and also a hide mask to replace my awful looking mask. But I think I'm gonna wait for the cow leather to dry first, make the pants, make the jacket, and then we'll see what we have left for resources. For now, I'm actually gonna just wash my clothing, so I don't look like a crazy person anymore. I mean, I still do, but you get the idea. Now with that done, I wanted to go back to my blacksmithing and actually make that metalworking punch that I've learned now how to do. I guess that's gonna be some extra blacksmithing XP as well if we need to. And with that, I can now go ahead and forge the heading tool as well. And then next, I need to forge tongs, but for that, I need some more iron. Which means I gotta do some more smelting and smelt some metal blades and such. Hopefully these forged tongs are gonna last a bit longer. Now I have to pierce an iron chunk, so I can then forge a smithing hammerhead. Now I need to carve a medium handle, and there it is. I can make a smithing hammer. I'm definitely not using this for anything else but smithing. The stone hammer is gonna be for everything else. In any case, I can use the chunks to start making nails. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have won at the game now, because this means I can actually roof this over. Oh, that's gonna be glorious to see. Now, I'm thinking that if I'm to say, okay, this is gonna be an amazing base that I would want to live in, I'm thinking we should make it out of stone. Like, yeah, I know we made this section out of wood, but that can be easily replaced. I mean, yeah, this is gonna require lots of stone blocks, which are probably lengthier to make than basic wood, but I think it would make me happy. Let's go and chisel a couple of these stones. I'm gonna build a stone door frame right here. I'll explain why here. That right there, that little section, that's gonna be like a tiny area where I can go and grab water safely. In any case, let's go get some more stone then. Breaking these are gonna be hard work, and bringing them all home is gonna take a while, but the end product is gonna be worth it. Well, after a day of gathering, I have 54 stones ready and waiting here. And since it's such nice weather outside, I'm gonna go to the beach, where I just found a cabbage. Nice. But I didn't come here for the cabbage. No, no, no. I came here to the beach to grab some sand. 2 full sacks of sand. I'm gonna need that to make cement. Well, I've also found some tomatoes. Yeah, we're gonna be baiting rabbits again. And another cabbage. Let's go. I'm also getting so many seeds out of these wild plants I find that if I were to sow out the winter, I could make a very nice and big plantation the next year. But of course, first I gotta survive the winter. Now let's chisel away and let's make as many stone blocks as possible. Oh, is that masonry level 5? I see. Guys, we did it. I got a male Appalachian rabbit, so now they have no excuses and I can go to work, and I will pet them all. The other one was a male raccoon. That's really nice to see. Now I have no excuses. I gotta start a raccoon farm as well. There are 10 animals in here. Yeah, it would be probably for the best if I split it up. But first, it's time for some masonry. Let's fix our own home, shall we? I have enough of sitting out here in the rain. Let's make some cement. Let's build some walls. Who knows, maybe eventually a roof as well. By the way, this is the nooking cranny I was talking about. This is where I want to be. Unfortunately, it seems like the cement gets used after building like 2 walls. I'm gonna have to mix a lot. But clay and sand are very easy to get. Definitely much easier than rugs or twine for wood walls, or you know, nails for actual wood walls, not the log ones. I will have to use some nails to build a door here though, but I'm gonna need to go grab some hinges as well and such. By the way, this house is clearly gonna be large. This is a big project. I even decided to maybe protect my shelter a little bit, and I'm gonna give it a bit of a roof. And since I'm feeling particularly generous today, even my rabbits can get a bit of a roof. Surprisingly, I'm out of stone now. Did not even build that much. You know what? This might look awful to anybody not knowing Project Zomboid, but to me right now, after all these days, this looks amazing. I'm gonna go hit a couple of trees hard, put a pause on the masonry for a sec, you know? And I'm gonna build up the log fence for my other furry friends. Or should I say Steve's. I won't be quite able to finish it today because my dude is getting quite exhausted and I had to rest in between. But today I'm gonna have to finish it because otherwise this place is gonna start getting crowded. I think I might just eat the rabbit, to be honest. I'm gonna eat the rabbit and we're gonna see what we got from the second trap, which is once again also a rabbit, and this one is a baby. You know what? Babies, they do have potential, so I'm gonna keep it around. And this rabbit, I got so much meat out of it. Holy shit, look at that. 3 prime cuts that are like 99, 88, and 93 nutrition. Guess I am getting better at butchering. Now that the prime cuts are cooked, they're like 121 hunger, 114. That's insane. I'm just gonna eat a bunch of this. This is now gonna give me the power to chop down the last few trees that I need to finish the paddock for raccoons. There you go. That is the last one we needed. It's a problem when you name all of your animals Steve, trying to figure out which Steve is a rabbit and which one is a raccoon. Don't worry, I got this. See, this is much better. We have 2 Steves that are females and 2 R Steves that are males. I'm gonna have to provide them with some feeding troughs though. Poor R Steves gotta eat as well. I don't think water's really gonna be a problem, but I do need to get some of those grass clippings for food. 68, that will do. I'm gonna need to give these guys a bit of a roofed area as well, but that will have to wait for now. I see 2 of my traps have been sprung overnight as well. That's another baby raccoon. It's a lady. We'll take it back home. It's insane that carrots would grow right there. The game knows that I need more rabbits apparently. Also, level up in trapping. Level 4 now, and we got another lady raccoon. And I accidentally put the lady raccoon down. I did not want to do that. Come back here, please. You belong in here. Okay, we're up to 13 animals now. That's actually pretty good. This is now a proper farm. Now before the day ends, I'm gonna just saw a couple of branches so I can get a couple more planks. And I wanted to build a couple more pieces to my makeshift roof, but it's too dark now. But that's fine, because tomorrow's an important day. Tomorrow's the day that this cow ladder should be finally dry. It was time. The bull was cooked. With September coming to an end and the temperatures dropping daily, the jacket and the pants came in right on time. Yeah, they wouldn't keep me running hot in winter, but it would at least allow me to survive without freezing to death. That was one check complete on my goal list. But to ensure my long-term survival, I had to build a proper enclosed base, which would be easy to heat up, and I had to ensure my food supplies would last until spring growing season. It seemed like the last 20 days of my challenge were about to get very busy, so it was time I went back to work. I'm so excited to do this, but we can finally sew a high jacket, and of course we can do the same for the high pants. And this also allows me to craft or research the recipe, and I believe this is going to give me the option to make new pants out of smaller pieces. Yeah, I can actually make nice hide pants out of like 2 pieces of raccoon leather now. In any case, this is gonna be great protection. And I do look like a proper survivor now. Installation is also much better than it used to be. And I do see that my crafted shirt actually has a hole, so it might be a good idea to fix that. There you go. Let's wear that then. Actually, going back to work means I have to start making more nails. I need to start smelting more stuff so I can make more nails. But right now I can actually use the steel scrap that I have forged, so that's pretty nice. And I had enough charcoal right now to make 30 nails, which is pretty huge. We'll make more in the future. These are now actually pretty easy to get. You know what else is pretty easy to get? These traps sprung. Let's see what we have today. That's a baby raccoon, and that is an adult raccoon. I think we're gonna eat this one. I still have a lot of rabbit meat, which is already going stale, so I just have to keep on numbing on that. But yeah, it's rodent meat and all the birds I've got. That's gonna be good stuff as well. That meat's gonna give me the power to chop down more trees that I'm gonna need to roof up my base. Slowly but surely, my base is getting there. I do want to replace these wooden walls here with stone walls at some point. But I think I can't actually remove them without a sledgehammer. Yeah, I'd actually have to make a simple wood saw, which I think I can make. Oh god, I'd have to be blacksmith level 4. That's pretty insane. I mean, something I can grind, but it would take forever. But then again, I guess it's not that big of a priority replacing those walls. It's very foggy outside today, which means it's perfect day to work on the roof. Thankfully, with all the large branches we get from these trees, getting planks is not hard. And with an easy supply of nails now, this roof is gonna be lit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure that we actually build the walls proper as well, but I do want to keep on making them out of stone. So I guess that's going to be my next focus after my nails run out, which is going to be a problem if I fall off the roof like I just did now. Hurt myself very bad. Luckily it didn't break anything. And of course I got plenty of food to keep my health going up. Now if I continue to make nails, I want to see how much XP do I get for this. 6.5, not much, but I guess over time it would be decently easy if grindy to get there. Alas, I don't really have that time anymore if I were to do this stuff in the 100 days that I set myself to do. I'm just gonna keep on focusing on what's important. Now I'll still have a bunch of nails stored over here. I am of course gonna need more, and I wanted to see if I can find some more smeltable stuff out here at the gas station, because I never fully looted this place, so there's definitely got to be something like this leaf rake. Apparently I can smell the strainer as well, and there's a table I can dismantle here as well. Nice. That got me 2 nails, let's go. Oh, and while searching for trash, I just found a duct tape. I can do stuff with this. I mean, right now I can make limb armor out of the magazine I found, but I can also make some clothing, including a poncho. And I have found garbage bags in the past and threw them away, so I should definitely have a couple lying back at home. First though, I gotta rebait my traps with the cabbage and tomatoes I found. Then I can go make garbage bag poncho. That's some nice tailoring XP. I think it used all of my duct tape, and this is gonna replace the jacket, which is unfortunate. But right now, when it's not that cold and when it's rainy, I can actually wear this instead of my pressure jacket. By the way, my weight is up to 76 now, which means we are no longer underweight. It took me only like almost 3 months, but we got back there. You know what? I really do appreciate that. Let's go. I gotta say, this poncho came in right on time because the rains have returned. It's 1st of October now, and I have caught 2 animals. I believe we do have an Appalachian male, so this one we're gonna eat. I got another baby raccoon. Well, this one we're gonna have to feed up so it grows to adult, and then we're gonna eat him. 10 raccoons living in here. I'm starting to think I'm gonna have to make a bigger raccoon paddock soon enough. This is pretty insane. But you know what? I like it. Let's keep going. This really isn't the weather to work outside doing smelting and blacksmithing, is it? So you know what, I'm just gonna chill inside and enjoy the fire and cook my fresh rabbit. Well, looks like the rain brought some nastiness with it. Look at the temperature. It's 2 degrees. And it dropped to like 1 in the morning. And that's a good way to get sick out here. But not all is bad news in this rain, as I was building the roof for my rabbits and raccoons in the evening. I leveled up my carpentry to level 5, which is pretty nice. I also accidentally burned my whole batch of rabbit meat that just got yesterday, so that's good. That goes in the trash pile. Luckily, I still have some carrots I can use to bait more rabbits. Yeah, see, 2 of my traps did catch something unfortunately, the third one got destroyed. Got yet another raccoon baby and a rabbit baby. Alright, we'll keep them both. Now that the rain is slowly dying down, let's go smelt some more stuff. And then we make a bunch more nails. Which means I can then go back to work and roof up my home. I also want to tidy up around here a bit, because the grass is growing pretty crazy. I want to remove it, and then of course I can feed it to my animals. I'm picking up my mall again. I mean, the roof is quite nicely done, so let's go get some more stones then. I'm gonna need a lot of these large bastards, but luckily they are quite abundant. Well, after half a day's work, I got 57 stones here, which is gonna take quite some chiseling. I finally did it. Took me most of the next day, but we now have 53 stone blocks ready to go. Actually, scratch that, we got even more. Now, before we build any stone walls, I was thinking of moving a couple of these items so I could actually build maybe like in here and here, because I want this stuff to be on the outside. Of course, I won't be able to like move the advanced kiln. I don't even know if you can like destroy it or anything like that, but I can definitely move the pottery wheel and such. Now we can build some more walls. Then we're gonna need some more clay, and we're gonna need some rabbits and or raccoons. It's a big lady raccoon. You know what? We have plenty of raccoons, and I need some food right now, so you're going with me. The other one is a baby raccoon, so that one I will deliver home. Welcome home, little Steve. Now we can finally go back to building. Actually, I cannot continue building because I ran out of sand to make clay cement, so and I have to go visit the beach again. And I also brought my improvised screwdriver with me, so I'm gonna take apart a couple of these doors, because now I actually can. I'm gonna grab some door hinges and knobs, because I'm definitely gonna need them in the future. For now though, let's grab the sand that I came here for. I'm really happy how trapping now combines with animal husbandry, because I wouldn't get much meat out of a rabbit kitten, right, that I just got. But I go and put it over here and let it grow, and eventually yeah, it's gonna be a lot of meat for me. I mean, we got 22 animals now in here. Look at that. Beautiful. I assume they would require bigger pens later on, because there's just too many in here, but you know, that's a later expansion I can think of after I fix my own house. I gotta make sure that the inside is big enough so my claustrophobic dude is not gonna get panicked while trying to go to sleep. If the room is at least 64 tiles big, your dude is not gonna get panicked anymore, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of mathing here. Yeah, no, this is already big enough. It's gonna be bigger, and I'm gonna increase it like roughly over here. Not even a problem, besides the fact that I already ran out of stone blocks. Damn, you really cannot build much with this, can you? Or you know what? Maybe I'm gonna focus on finishing the roof over here and right there. So let's hit some big trees. If I were trying to survive for a whole year, I would definitely build a second story and build a proper room to sleep over there, you know, because that would be safer. So if you want to see me survive for a whole year, well, let me know down in the comments, and while you're at it, might as well subscribe. I mean, you already made it almost all the way to the end of this. Let's go for more. I also actually wanted to build a proper door, and it's not craftsman yet. I would have to be, I think, like level 7 carpentry for that or something, which is something I guess I can fix in the future. For now, these two doors will have to do. That's a little one for my drinking nuking cranny, and also get a nice view on my raccoons from here. I also wanted to see if I can actually go and build a floor over this stone, because I cannot remove it otherwise, I don't think. Alright, I'll take it. That's our first piece of flooring on the ground. Of course, I want to floor everything, because otherwise I get bushes and grass growing, and there's not much else I can do but to grab my maul and go get some more stones again. I'm on a timer now, and my place has to be built. I did scratch my left hand in the process though. Please don't tell me I ruined my jacket. Okay, not the jacket, thankfully. It was the leather strip hand wraps. That's understandable, that's okay. If I had to get scratched, I will take that being ruined. It was with me for a long time. I don't remember if I have enough leather strips back at home to make fresh leather wraps, but I think we have a lot of small pieces of leather that I can just cut apart. Alas, that is not a priority right now. Right now, I need more stones. And this should be all the stones I'm gonna need to finish the walls over here. But of course, I gotta chisel them all. Oh, and chiseling just a couple, got my masonry to level 6 now. I cannot believe it, but masonry is now my second highest skill of them all. I did not expect that going into this playthrough. With only a couple of stone walls between me and achieving my second major goal, building a proper base, Mr. Wild Guy finally started to relax a little. little. Yeah, his life still sucked, but with plenty of rabbits and raccoons in his pen, he had enough food to keep him going over winter. But I wanted more for him. I wanted his life to be better. And what is better than butter? You see, I did not forget those cows, but before I could bring them home to roost, I needed to build them a proper big pen. Alas, with only a couple of days left before my 100 days deadline and so much work left ahead, I was beginning to sweat. Well, if I want to finish this, there's not much else to do but to just get back to chiseling. And that should be the last one, and it's almost half a day gone. Let's go. But we have 60 stone blocks ready to go now. Before we build anything though, I wanted to quickly go check up on my traps though. Make sure I can bait some rabbits for tomorrow. And then we are back to building. This is all I could build before it got too dark to continue building. But with sun up again, I can finally finish the walls. Let's go. There it is. Fully encircled, fully walled in. Now we just gotta fix the roof here as well. That means I gotta hit up a couple of trees again and sew up a couple of planks from the large branches. Then we build. I was also thinking, since I do want to build that big cow pen, what if I use this stone wall as one of the walls and build the pen out like this? Because it does need to be quite big. I can even move some of these implantations that I've built down there up here on the roof. Yeah, I can't move the furnaces, but I mean, at least the pottery stuff can be up there. Plus some of the leatherworking stuff like the tannin barrel and the softening beam can be up here as well. And this amphora that I built some time ago and never actually used, that can be up here as well. Let's open it up. Rain is probably gonna fill it nicely. Looks like it's just bright enough at 9 p.m. to finish the last piece of my roof. Eventually I want to build like a tiny room just above the stairs, so that is fully roofed in as well. And of course I want to add fences over here so I don't accidentally fall off, but that is a future me problem. The right now me is gonna go chop down a couple more trees and go check up on hitch traps, which were both successful, looks like. Oh, we're eating that rabbit, definitely. And the baby raccoon, yeah, that one goes into the pen. Now, I do have multiple males in here, right? But only one R Steve is an adult male. The little Steves that I brought here that are males as well, they're not gonna fight the big male until they are big themselves. And at that point, well, at that point we can eat them. Now, to be able to build this pen for my cows, I got plenty of logs ready. What I don't have is rags or twine that I have to borrow from zombies. Although finding zombies while I'm excessively exerted and ridiculously tired is probably not a good idea. But luckily, I still have a bunch of old stuff lying around that I saved from before. Of course, gonna have to wash them all first, and then we can start building here. Well, after another day of building, I got my log fence quite far over here. Just a couple of pieces missing, and then it's gonna be ready for the cows. What I also got was a visitor, a delivery guy who brought a bunch of stuff and stuff that I cannot use, but I can definitely use his t-shirts for the rags that I'm gonna need. I have no idea where the guy came from because he came from this direction and there's like nothing down here, and I went to look around and he had no friends. He was alone. There's definitely a question mark where this guy came from, but a question mark that I cannot solve right now. Hopefully he's the last of his kind, but I gotta say I built my shelter right on time, so I can be sure that I do not get any morning surprises from zombie visitors. In any case, the fence project continues. I also designated my cow zone already. This is gonna be pretty big. I think it's gonna be big enough for the cows. They have the entrance on that side, and I just need to finish building the fences over here. They have plenty of river tiles, and of course I will build the feeding troughs. Probably gonna put them like in the corner over here and provide some more roof there as well. I got another raccoon. This one's gonna be eaten raccoon as well, and he's gonna be delicious. I have to chop down a couple more trees just to finish my fence, although Mr. Wild Guy gets tired so fast that I can barely chop down 2 at a time. But hey, there's always tomorrow, and I only need to build like 3 more pieces. This should be the last tree I need to finish this fence. And this is the last fence to finish the fence. Alright, this looks kinda good. I like it. Good thing that dude visited me because I was left with 3 rags after building all of this. He knew that I'd otherwise be missing out. Now I'm gonna have to saw some of the large branches we chopped down. The reason is very simple. I want to build a nice feeding trough over here, and it's gonna be a large one. And of course I'm gonna need one for water as well. And that one's gonna be back here. Now we gotta do some gardening over here and make sure they got plenty of grass cuttings. Of course it would make more sense if I was to cut grass outside, but I wanted to at least make the front of my gate a bit more pretty. In any case, 125 grass cutting should be good enough for now. And preparation for my adventures, I'm gonna twist another rope from Dogbane, and combined with the rope that I used as a belt in the past, I'll have 2 ropes with which I can then lead the cows back home. Today is day 98 and it's the day I go find cows finally. It's gonna be a long road, but I got plenty of delicious rodent and rabbit meat food. Actually, there's some bird meat in there as well. Now all I can hope for is that the cows are still alive and that the roads are free of zombies. Also, if one of them were to give birth to a calf, that would be a dream come true. Alas, I won't be getting my hopes up. There are a couple of zombies here that could cause problems if they go on the road, so I'm gonna take care of them. I don't want anything or anyone scaring my cows. And my cows are still around. Let's go. No babies, unfortunately. Now, let's rope them up. Let's grab you as well. And ladies, please follow me. We are going on an adventure. The worst thing would be if I lost them in the trees or something like that. Or if the zombies scared them away, because at that point I would never find them again. But so far, so good. They're still following me. I might actually be able to get home before it's too dark to see even. Because imagine if these 2 beauties got lost in the forest in the dark. Nope, they are coming home with me. And I just hope they're not gonna try to destroy the fences already. They are stressed, but so far, not trying to ruin anything. And of course, we gotta name them Steve. Steve? Are you inside? Did you make a hole in my wall? Oh no, not already. They broke the doors here as well, and 1 piece of a fence. Why? You guys are the worst. Why would you ever do that? You're safe here now, you don't need to be stressed anymore. Well, I gotta go rebuild the fence now. And since I do not have enough rags back at home to rebuild the gate, I gotta hope they do not escape while I go get more rags. Little bastards, they better be home when I return, because I'm doing some really dangerous shit in this fog right now. Alright, they're both still inside, that's good. Did you ruin another wall here? What the you silly cow. It might turn out that these cows were the worst idea ever. Maybe they were just looking for some shelter. So I'm gonna provide that for them. Maybe a bit of a roof here. We got plenty of large branches out here still. Oh great. I scratched my thigh in the process as well. You know what that means? That means a hole in my beautiful crafted pants. Oh, cows, what are you doing to me? There, you can have a bit of a roof over here. Also, it cannot be coincidence that they broke the walls right next to this trough. So I'm gonna empty it and I'm gonna move it. There, the trough is gonna be there now. Besides, you can drink from the river anyway. Now I gotta find some more stones so I can rebuild this wall. I cannot have it like this. Oh god. They destroy another wall. Why are you doing that? Are you just stuck or something? Let me get you away from this wall, please. Follow me, Steve. Be here, please. Don't destroy any more of my walls, because I have to make you into a burger if you do. Well, at least they didn't ruin anything else overnight. That's good. So I'm gonna provide them with a bit more roofing and hope that they do not ruin anything else I build. So I'm giving them plenty of pets and hopefully they'll be chill. Now, I need to grab 24 stones so I can rebuild this. Instead of celebrating the fact we are at day 100, I have to fix this bullshit. Well, I gotta do it though. I know I'll need some more sand as well. I don't think I've got enough here. Let's go and grab it then. And we chisel away. Now cows, please do not ruin this for me again. And there it is. Done. I would say just in time. Also, I just noticed that these bastards destroyed all my, smithing stuff. Dudes, what is wrong with you? Why would you do that? I mean, that simple furnace was 40 stone blocks, and nothing is left. They just destroy it like with a sledgehammer and leave nothing behind. These cows truly are a menace, but they are my menace and I love them for that. And I cannot believe that I can say it, but we have done it. The base have been built. We got plenty of food ready to go via raccoons and rabbits to last us the whole winter. Even if I do not do any trapping, there's 24 animals and I can eat like one every, let's say, 3 days. Yeah, that's easily 3 months. Plus, of course, I have the ornery cows. I have now also officially survived for 100 days, killed 82 zombies in the process, not many, and I'm up to 82 weight now, which is really amazing because I think the lowest I was at 61 or 62, but my rabbits and raccoons kept me going. So, did I answer the question? Can pure wilderness survival be done in Build 42? Yes and no. There are still major blocks in the way, mainly nails and a couple of smaller items like scissors. If you don't start as a blacksmith, it's even harder, but at least food supplies are quite abundant via trapping, fishing, foraging, and especially animal husbandry, which allows you to prepare for lean winter months. Shelter and fire to keep you warm are doable, but if you want roof, you'll need nails again. All in all, it was a fun challenge, albeit not a perfect one quite yet. But if you made it all the way till the end, you are awesome. Thank you for watching.